Cap, get out of here. Faku. Yeah. That's fair. We'll see. I think, we've seen some upsets before. We saw Waterholic who ended up beating K in a 2 loadout race. Right, ended up getting 2nd place. But yeah, you can start. Look at the chat. Yeah, these people aren't even in the group chat. Get out of here. Damn it. Water. Anyone else? Who's still here? Cap, are you here? We've got a race. All right, let's just begin. All right. Actually, Board Jess, check your Twitch DMs. There is an issue with your fantasy league. There are a few picks you'll have to reassign. So reach out to me before this race goes through. Sorry. All right. Topaz Brooch found as the first item down on Lurkki's screen. Cap still hasn't begun. It's probably just checking to make sure everything's good. There's a crowbar printer on stage 1. Cap's going full. No, he's there. Let me just... get that in there. Alright, and Cap's in. So all 4 racers are in and started. We know there's a crowbar, we know there's a void sent flame, and we know that there's a horde of many. Greater Wisp on stage 1 for the teleport. Not really much of a horde. There was like a single Greater Wisp. Hello? Okay, there's the enemies. All the leftover credits. Should be like an extra like 200, 300 or something. Look at all these golems. That's actually a little bit annoying, a little bit concerning with the blind pests up from above. Shouldn't be too big a deal with Desperado in hand. These golems should go down easily. There's a recycler and double void sent on Waterholic. Okay, hello. That's kind of insane. And actually, Racer, who kind of struggled a little bit, dealing with 5 deaths on a stage 1 Beetle Queen with Engineer was Lurkki, who takes a death from a couple golems jumping around. Activated the TP just a little bit later, had to deal with even more golems. With the quote-unquote Greater Wisp Horde of Many, which is actually a Golem Horde of Many in disguise. And even with the crowbar, I just wasn't able to outrun them, even with the smoke bomb. Got cornered, got in a bad spot, got a little unlucky perhaps with the golem jumps, but you gotta play those, keep those in mind. So Lurkki will now have a 5-minute penalty. Throughout this run, will have a little bit of a harder time. Not just a little bit, a lot of it, right? If you die up against, some lesser competition over in round 1, not to say that, Wally or Jodo were bad racers or anything, but just how good of a racer, between Cap and Faku, right? High-end competition. And they need to beat at least one of them. All right. Rusted Key. There's a Recycler and there's also a Blast Shower. Alongside Healing Drone. Try to think about, like, what equipment you want. If you want to have a quick run, right, Recycler, you just find an item. If it's bad, you just re-roll it. You've got a Fuel Cell on top of that. I love the Recycler. Blast Shower is cool and all. If you've got bans, if you've got damage, right, it can get you out of a pinch. So we see Faku actually running to a $50 chest. Goes for this. It's a green harpoon. And okay, there it is. Golem Horde of Many for Cap. Cap who activated TP a little bit later. Maybe not too many air nodes available. So Cap didn't even get the Greater Wisp at all. Just has a Mending Golem. 2 of them. And is actually going to have a much harder fight. A much harder time. Though there is 9 Desperado stacks. To be fair. It's making pretty easy work of them. Because it helps to have 2 Void Seeds as well, right? Or Void Sense, not Void Seeds. There is a Void Seed, though, on stage 2. As Faku gets rid of a key for a single gasoline. There's actually a 3rd Will-O-Wisp that turns into Void Scent. Waterholic's going to be leaving stage 1 with 3 Void Scent Flame and a Mocha, which is mobility. Probably has the strongest build. Oh, is that so strong, though? Lurkki re-rolled the Void Scent and got Lysate, right? Trying to find something. Trying to find a way to try and get ahead of the rest. Having a Lysate cell, double Lysate? Huge. And Cap says, how many deaths as a beetle hits him? Probably wondering, like, how many people died from a horde of many. The answer is 1. Only 1. Which is a lot better than 5 from what we saw. And the reason for that, again, is because Bandit is just such a good survivor, right? Being able to use that smoke bomb, you're just able to stun the golems before they can even laser you or do anything. And what Cap's not going to know is that everyone else didn't actually get a golem horde of many. They just got a wisp with a bunch of golems. There's a Lysate on stage 2. Faku, the only racer not to have found the recycler, is going to be stuck with the blast shower for the whole run. Isn't going to be able to get any rerolls. Right, this Lysate that we see right here, Lurkki's going to re-roll it into something else. Could be Polyloot, could be Plasma Shrimp. Right, it's already 1 recycle deep. Meanwhile, we see Waterholic just opts to take it. Right, it's a good item. Not to say that it's bad. Right, look at all that. Desperado, super easy to get up. Has to make a choice now between a backup mag. What were the other options? Yeah, just reroll that. There you go. Gets a shipping request form as the first green reroll. Or second, I'm not sure how deep water is. We see a watch, though, for Lurkki as Cap is actually the... Oh, Cap found an egg. Was that a reroll on equipment? There's spare drone parts. Oh, no. Oh, here it is. Yep, drone part league. It came back. Drone parts on Faku. And it's right by the TP. It doesn't even need a recycler or anything. And now, Cap is going to find that. Is going to be the first one with the egg. I do believe the other racers with that recycler, right, will try to re-roll something. Will end up getting that egg, right? So everyone's going to have an egg. And now all the racers with Lysate cell, actually, are not going to be able to skip pillars, while Cap, the only one not to have gone to the Lysate. Right, opting to take that pillar skip is going to have that. As soon as each racer gets to the teleport and finds the legendary red item, we saw this happen in the round of 20 with Water and Lurkki. There was a Stompers and a large damage chest right next to the TP, and as soon as they found it, right, it was just go, 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 go. And there's a Charge Perforator reroll. Oh my god. Cap is not getting that. Wow, 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 wow. What is this run? Oh my god. Oh my god. Either you get a Myrdern, which is cool, it's nice, it's comfy, it's healthy. You can kind of go with a drone part build. Get a bunch of drones. I guess you wait until stage 4? Sunder Grove is known to have a lot of drones. Right, Water is going to get that egg eventually. Again, no pillar skip, though. So you're going to have to keep re-rolling. You get egg, and it's like, that's cool, that's an egg. But I don't have safer spaces. Maybe you just hold on to the recycler and try and get spaces? And do a host skip? I don't know. I have no clue. Every racer except for Lurkki has found the spare drone parts at this point. Lurkki inside the TP, I'm surprised hasn't picked it up yet. Has the money for it. It's going to look over the cliffside eventually and realize that, hey, there's drone parts. But how much will it actually mean? At the end of the day, better not re-roll it. Yep. Okay. Yeah, it gets that. I guess it depends how many drones you can find on stage 4 and how fast you can get to those drones. I think some pennies, some sort of way of being able to just accumulate a lump sum. Okay, I talk about pennies. Waterholic has pennies. That's huge. Waterholic is also the only one to have held onto the recycler and ended up re-rolling that mired urn and getting the huge payment. Yo, Breach, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate it. 9 months now. What a legend. And oh my god, I don't know what to think. Because mired urn is cool and all, but a charged perforator with double lysate? I mean, that's just gonna play itself out in a way if you just go fast enough. You find like a watch or something, right? Could have actually re-rolled that war banner. Maybe he's trying to wait for a better re-roll to get. Actually just gets crit and re-rolls it. Yeah, realizes, oh wait, I don't want crit. Okay. Re-rolls it, gets double pennies. You want to make use of those pennies. Finds a hoof for Waterholic. Right, the second one or first one on stage 3. I think the second one, Faku going just a little bit faster than Water. We'll see how long that can keep up for. And it is known to be a very fast survivor. But doesn't have those pennies, right? So once you get to stage 4, not going to be able to afford as many drones as fast. The question is, will Waterholic be able to just hold back and go a little bit slower? Or not hold back and go slower, but speed up and go faster. Resist the urge to overloot with all the money that will be accumulated, right? These runs are always super fun. They're always super insane. Another shipping request form reroll, by the way. Apparently, greens just turn into that. Every single green reroll, you get a shipping form. Congratulations. Actually, cap kind of low in health. It's done with the T. Oh, I'm assuming that was from like a shrine or something. Oh, there's a fire band. Okay, cool. Nice find for Faku. Again, fire band with the blast shower. Still has a fuel cell as well, right? Didn't take lysate, so has 2 charges for the blast showers. Is now on stage 4. This is where you want to be at. This is the prime position, the prime place that you want to be at when you want to be getting drones. Drones are about as common as they are like on the stage 1 on this stage, if not a little bit more rare because of green terminals and the occasional legendary chest. But they're pretty common still. Right, you also have double the credits from like stage 1. So there's a turret right there that Faku can see. Double red whip, I just realized on Lurkki, that's gonna speed things up for doing pillars. Lurkki needs to look out for that glacial. Hello. Fireband also on Waterholic, and Waterholic going to be the second one on to stage 4. Here we go. Sees a legendary chest, you don't need that. But acknowledges it. There is a large chest inside the TP as we see the Clay Dune Striders. The boss for stage 4. Faku's stream. Okay, we're good. And that's going to die. We're about to find out what the item is in just a moment here. And it levels up. Okay. Maybe we'll be able to get it. Faku is getting sucked. Needs to be a little bit careful. Okay, and finds a drone inside TP bounds. There's a harpoon. Harpoon reroll. Nice. Faku now has 2 harpoons, right? Found that one harpoon in the large chest in the other half of the map that none of the other racers looked at, I believe. Unless that was a reroll into a Will-O-Wisp, I'm not too sure. Waterholic needs to not die. Is like about to. Okay. That could have been bad. 1 oil orb away from death. And still in a little bit of trouble even with the healing drunk. Gets a reroll on that and gets a feather. Inside the TP bound. Eventually, from all the rerolls on this recycler, gives a feather. That's going to make survivability a lot better. Keep in mind, as we find a vase on stage 3, hello, Lurkki needs something to make up for that death. And has a vase. That's going to be an advantage that none of the other racers have unless Cap gets it. I'm not sure if it was around... Was it from the Chance Shrine? Fireband on Cap as well. No, it wasn't. Okay. Was that a reroll? Rusted Box on Lurkki. Right out of stage 4, the only one to have it, it is another Will-O-Wisp. Oh, Lurkki, yeah, never went for the Lysate. Right, one of the reasons why the TP boss was so difficult. Now has 2 Will-O-Wisp. But Faku's on stage 5. Faku's still climbing ahead, and if something really good pops up later on, that's like just a win condition, like a super fast win condition. Not that, you know, Faku already has one with the spare drone parts. It would be kind of helpful, because Waterholic is right behind. And Waterholic's only risk of really dying is the lack of healing, I would say. But does have a healing drone, could potentially get more throughout stage 5. See Lurkki actually getting his first fire band. There was another one on stage 3 that he missed. There's also a plasma shrimp. I don't know where that came from. Apparently no one else found it. And there's also Polyloot. There's a Polyplasma, and are you telling me that both Waterholic and Faku didn't get it? There's a Quail Printer. Okay, that's huge movement speed. Faku already with the Quail, though. Hello. Gotta be careful with that overloading bell with so many drones around. The thing can just randomly shoot you. Decide that you're going to die. We're about to find out if there's empathy cores. There is not. So rushing ahead, Faku does not have that advantage, but does still have the lead. Lurkki is going to have to find a way to make Poly and Plasma work for 5 minutes of a save, right? The furthest behind. Right, not only the 5 minutes behind, but also the furthest behind in real time. A little bit more cutthroat, right? At this point here in round 2, all the racers really fast, really good, know what they're doing, know their tech. But when you're given all these options, it's really tough to try and figure out what is the right call. What do I do? Do I look for more drones, or do I try to play off my DPS, right, with the charged perforator, with the Polyplasma? Do I walk all the way across the stage for a drone? Or do I just go to the next TP because whatever I have is already good enough? Right? These are the things that are going through these racers' minds right now as they're preparing to go to the moon, and a setup that appears to be, right, sub, like, 18-ish minute, 19... No, I guarantee someone's going to be on the moon by, like, 18 and a half. So an AP round is found for Faku. A really good find. Cap only just now getting onto stage 5. Needs to speed things up a little bit. Or is going to need to have some of the racers at least take a death. On the moon now. Here we go. First one to the moon at 18 minutes. Nice find for Lurkki to get that healing drone. I think there was another one on the teleport. No. It's going to be the last one to stage 5. Right, still with that death. It's going to have to try again to just hold on and maintain that steadfastness. Is going to have to actually go a little bit faster. It just always sucks when you die in a run like this. You get to stage 1, you have that death, and then right after the death, right after, the breakthrough happens immediately, right? The risk of or chance that anyone else dies is next to none. What are you going to do? Oh, I have 4 drones, I've got spare drone parts, I've got a charged perforator, some bands, some feathers, opal, lysate cells, polyloot, plasma shrimp. The only one to find it was Lurkki. That's actually insane. Cap a minute and a half behind real time. Oh, that's a fair point, right? We do. That's actually fair. Cap having that 90-second advantage from not getting the memo to start. Could see that coming into play. Anyone's game. Literally anyone's game. Right, Faku's further ahead Oh, it was actually also 30 seconds ahead of water real time. So in terms of real time, it's actually the furthest ahead overall. I think it's tied up with Lurkki. Finds stompers. That's a pillar skip. The racers can just use stompers to skip. But they need to get over there. For water, it needs to get over there now. Right, water dealing with the pre-spawns gets like 5 lucky charge perforators in a row. That was actually insane. What the heck? Got myself there. That golem jumps off a cliff. Cool. Cap finds the AP round. Has 2 of them. How fast is this Mithrix fight going to be for Faku? You've got stompers and a band and a quail. Well, we'll see. But a charge perforator would make things a lot nicer. There we go. There's the stompers. And keeping the band also is Waterholic. There's a pocket ICBM if Lurkki was to somehow go all the way over to the soups. Lurkki, who I believe is done with the TP on stage 5. Yes, is done. Will be on the moon shortly. He's probably making his way over right now. We see Stomper Skip being done by Waterholic. Was it good enough, though? No. Has to go again. Which is giving Faku all the more time, right? Already almost done with phase 1. Hopefully this doesn't... Oh, has 2 feathers. Wait, Waterholic isn't doing the stomp. You just hold spacebars, use your feathers, and you... Okay. Okay. We gotta talk a little bit afterwards. Water, you and me. You and me. Water doesn't know the actual host skip. Because, you see, that is a different form of host skip that we saw, I believe it was Xenon who was the first to really start doing that, called it toast bouncing, which sounds pretty close to host skip. But that is different, right? If you have stompers, which was the first variant that I found, well, it was that, and then it was also, you could use, like, Railgunner and Toast Bounce or other things, but... Okay, Water is really struggling here. Okay, gets it. See a stomp? There we got some damage. Just needs 1 charge perforator hit. So we see Faku already almost done with phase 2. Will the extra DPS from Water and the extra 30 seconds be enough, though? I don't know. You see Cap just skipping the stompers. In a brutal mistake. Right, has the egg, knew about the egg. But how much damage is being lost from not having them? We'll see. We'll see how the fight goes. But phase 1's already going to be done for Waterholic. Cap does have that 90-second advantage. I think these drones are going to be helpful. All racers have at least 4 drones walking into the fight, right? Faku did end up losing one. It's about to go through pizza number 1. Oh my god, almost stomps into the shockwave from the auto wave on that golem. Look out, Faku. Another shockwave actually getting stuck in the ramp for a second. And Lurkki took death number 2. The start of phase 1 of the fights. That actually hurts. I wasn't paying attention to that. But that's gonna spell trouble. Right, Lurkki, the only one who have found Plasma Shrimp and Polyloot. Just with a couple unlucky deaths, unfortunate deaths. And we'll need a lot of help from one of the other racers to be able to get a point. We see Cap making use of those backup mags. Or backup mag, singular. Just trying to get all the damage he can on Mithrix without the stompers. Lurkki also without the stompers, but again has that poly and plasma. Really, really good damage. And we see Faku already almost done with phase 3. Which is going to put Waterholic on a 30-second time limit. The second that phase 3 finishes up, Faku's damage actually kind of starting to clean off a little bit. I think Faku's trying to get a phase 4 skip setup. Yeah, there we go. Good shrimp. Really nicely done. It's going to go for the stomp. That's going to kill Mithrix. Well played. Gets the phase 4 skip. Waterholic has 30 seconds to kill Mithrix now. We'll need a very, very lucky... what do we call it? Charge Perforator hit. A Turf Stomp in the center. I don't think he's going to be able to get over there in time to get a Phase 4 skip. He's going to stomp on... Oh, gets the Turf. But is it enough? No. Unfortunate for Water. But it's okay, because Water could still get points, right? Water, who will have to most likely deal with Phase 4s. The drones are probably going to finish off Mithrix. You got to stop shooting Mithrix now. Yeah, yep, there it is. It's going to have to do Phase 4 now, as the drones will finish off Mithrix. Could try to go with a dagger. An M2 in the center. Would do the trick. And isn't very happy about the turf. Unfortunate again. Will it matter? We'll see. Right, Cap is just starting Phase 3. So we see the items come back. It is a quick Phase 3 with so few items. Able to get all that DPS back really quickly. Able to finish off Mithrix. And a good portal appears. There it is. Well done, Water, for getting what appears to be, potentially, second place. And especially well done to Faku, right? Faku, who didn't find the turf. Faku, who didn't get the recycler, right? Didn't have Lysay or Void Scent or really much of anything just from pushing forward. Had a little bit of fortune up here and took advantage of it. And at the end of the day, that seems to do the trick. Well done. We see 26-25, the final time. Get that in there. A sub 30 to start the day. As for our other racers, again with Waterholic on the ship already, Cap needing to get up there really soon, is going to need a Phase 4 skip. Will he be able to pull it off? We'll see. Lurkki, actually. Third one in the moment, in real time-ish. To be done with Mithrix, ending up getting a Phase 4. As no skip will need Cap to die a couple times in Phase 4, as Cap also did not get the Phase 4 skip. We'll need Cap to die in order to get third place. With Void Scent Flame in play, could happen. No, it's gone. First item, what was I thinking? There it is. Cap finishes off. So we see the final time is 27-17 for Waterholic. Well done. Will that be enough? We're about to find out. I think it is. I think that's enough. 27-17. Let's see. Get some DMs. Oh, I'm not in the casting booth. Oh, I need to get in there. Faku is finished. Yes, okay. Let's bring in Faku.
Hello.
Faku! Hey! Congrats on first place. Despite not having the Charge Perforator, despite not having Polyloot or Plasma Shrimp.
What?
Yeah, you missed a lot.
I think I had the important stuff though, right?
Yeah, I mean, you found the drone parts, which was able to help push through the fight, and push through the run, right? Got that extra drone on stage 4 as well. Myra Dern was able to heal you up whenever you needed it. There was a recycler on stage 1, which would end up getting you that Charge Perforator first reroll.
I see.
If you went for it, which I think Waterholic was the only other one. Water, who did confirmed, I can confirm, got second place in the loadout. Went for the reroll. I forget, did you end up seeing the Lysate cell on stage 1?
I did see it. I just chose not to pick it.
Okay. And what was the logic for that? Was it egg or...
No, I just don't like it that much on Bandit. I prefer fuels over it.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, hey, you got first. I'll take it. 27-46. is the time for Cap. So Waterholic ending up beating Cap by 29 seconds. I think that phase 4 skip was vital for him. And then Lurkki also finishing up pretty much real time as well. Had 2 deaths, one on stage 1 from the Greater Wisp Horde of Many, which had 1 Greater Wisp and 15,000 golems.
Everyone finds stompers, right?
Yeah, actually only 2 people got stompers. There was a vase that Lurkki got, and then Cap used egg. Oh, I'm getting messages from Cheese. Let's see. Yeah, we'll send in water. Give me water, give me Lurkki. Still waiting on Cap's time. Let's see. There you go. Welcome in, Lurkki.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
And welcome in, Water.
Hi.
All right. I think I'm just gonna move Cap in anyways. He hasn't set the time, but we've got a clear vision, so do that. Hey, what up? Welcome in, everyone.
Yo.
How was that?
Bah,
I could have been first. I don't know what I'm doing.
that was just a speedrun seed and I fucked it up.
I forgot about
gross.
headset quail skip because I'm
Yeah,
stupid.
so there was a lot to talk about on that run. First thing was stage 1. There was a Greater Wisp Horde of Many that had 1 Greater Wisp and then just a ton of
It
golems.
was only one.
And it was interesting
Yeah.
because Cap took a little bit longer. I don't know if it was Cap's positioning or something. Ended up getting Stone Golem, Mending Stone Golem, Horde of Many instead.
Oh.
Not that it really made much difference
Oh.
because everyone just got a Horde of Many of Golems anyway. Cap, you were asking how many people died from that? It was only Lurkki, and it was 1 time.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Not too
was
bad.
fairly avoidable as well. I just ate. I walked right into Wisp shot when I was looking at the golems, and then I just hit 1 more golem shot.
Yeah, that Greater Wisp was actually a little bit of a menace with the kind of like the multitasking having to be done in the moment.
Yeah, when I saw that, okay, this is easy, and then like 3 golems, and I'm like, oh shit, and I just walk right into the shot.
I started to walk towards that tree because I knew that the director was about to vomit something. With 1 Greater Wisp only spawning.
That's fair, that's fair. That's smart. Yeah, if you get 1 Greater Wisp, it'll transfer like 400, 500 some credits. I think he only transfers 40% of it, but you still get like 300, 200 something worth of enemies when you get that, so.
I think I got like 10 stacks of Desperado before, so it was just 2 shots.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
it's
actually
easy.
really good, having the Desperado in there. I
Yeah,
think
I
everyone was kind of cautious about, or not cautious, but was smart with the time that they had before leading up to the teleport.
There's so much AoE.
Yeah, Void Sense were there. There was Lysate, which both Water and Lurkki, both of you picked it up. Cap opted for an egg skip. I think pretty much everyone had. Yeah, everyone did a different pillar skip. It was really funny. Faku went for his normal host stomper skip. Cap, you went for egg skip. There was stompers and soup.
Stompers and soup. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Water took stompers and then did the normal host skip without
Yeah.
just holding spacebar and going straight up.
I don't know what I'm doing.
So which
So
that and then a charge perforator shot at the end of phase 3, getting rid of the fire ban, having the drones finish off Mithrix, prevented the phase 4
Yeah.
skip. If both of those didn't happen, you would be looking at first place.
yeah.
Damn.
So it was a really close race. Aside from the deaths that Lurkki had, if Lurkki didn't have those deaths, right, would still be very close in terms of real time. We see Faku getting in first place. Well done. You have 3 points. Waterholic, you were really close behind, coming in second. Well done.
I'll still
The
take a
only
second.
one with the charge perforator reroll from the Meyer Dern.
Did
So-
everyone even get recycler?
Everyone except for
I
Faku.
didn't get it.
Okay.
And everyone dropped or got rid of it pretty early. Except I
That would have
think
been nice.
for you, I forget.
I was
know,
looking for equipment, but
yeah.
there was just nothing.
There was Lurkki. Was that a reroll into vase on stage 3 that you had?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was crit, and then I rerolled into vase.
That's right. I think it was the second reroll. Was vase. It was egg and then vase. So in a strange reality where keeping Recycler and going through was actually the not bait solution.
Yeah.
But that was a good time save and really caught you up a little bit. Yeah, also, obviously the drone parts on stage 2, everyone obviously got that.
You can't miss that.
Yeah.
Even without the drone parts, it was still like a crazy run. We had
Yeah, the
bands,
drone
AP
parts were
rounds,
like the smallest part.
feathers.
Oh yeah, Lurkki
He
found
has poly plimp.
Poly Plimp. Nobody went for the Void Seeds on stage 4 or Void Cradles. It was Poly and Plimp.
I mean, yeah, because we had
Where were
everything.
they?
They were on
Yeah,
the
it would
tree.
have been a waste of time, honestly.
Yeah.
It was like on the way to the teleport.
I didn't see it.
I don't know how you guys missed
I
that.
saw
I
it,
don't
but
know.
I was
But
just like, it's bait.
The other one was right on the tree trunk. I think it was the poly loot there.
Nice.
Alright. Yeah, all good stuff. So, a really good loadout. We have another pretty good loadout with Artificer.
Can you give me 1 minute?
Yeah, sure. Take a break. We've got
Blue
Artie
Artie.
coming up with the full blue, full plasma. Hope you're ready for that. It's thankfully not flamethrower or anything like that, but curious to see how it'll go. Pretty okay-ish stages, I guess. How are you guys feeling?
Ready to actually play the Survivor.
Yeah. Not cookie clicker.
Yeah.
How many drones did you guys find? I think I got like 4.
I had
Everyone had
drone
4
man,
drones.
2
Yeah,
healing
about
drones,
same.
and incinerator.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the ensign on stage 2 was nice. There were 2 of them actually on stage 2.
Who's got the money for that? Oh yeah, Water actually, I think was
Yeah.
the only one with pennies. Had like 2 of them.
I didn't really use them though.
I mean, could you though? I mean, like you had the pennies, but
Not really.
yeah, it was already. You couldn't get any value from it because the drones would just kill anything.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're all good. I'm gonna send you back to your racing pods, and whenever you guys are, or whenever I'm ready, I'll send you the message in the group chat. Sound good?
Yep.
I
All right.
It's cool.
With Verdant Falls, which is actually kind of nice. If you have Ion Surge and you have Verdant Falls, it gives you pretty good advantage. Lets you see everything around you. Lets you know where loot is because this stage comes in layers. Just with one press of R or whatever your special ability is, you can look up. Right, the loot can spawn on that leaf up there with the water coming down from it. You can look down below just by walking, right? In the course of like 4 seconds, you know where everything is on the stage, just from going to the center. Alright. What kind of loot do we see, though? What is going on? We see a small chest. Cap opening it up gets a fistal, as it says. That is focus crystal for all of you who cannot speak or do not speak English. Fistal. Not a lot of people like to hear fistal. That's one that makes people uncomfortable. It's kind of like the primordial cube, which I believe is the... Some people will try to shorten it to prube, if you're race or come from that dialect, but the official term is actually pube. You cannot debate me on that. It is pube, and that's what it will be. That's what it will remain as. We see some bung on Cap. And some fruta extranjera. I can't speak Spanish. Foreign fruit, dole on Faku. So a lot of really epic and cool healing items. We see a wandering vagrant as the TP boss. Now we do know with Verdant Falls that I think it's half of the time you get a Stone Titan, and then it's like the normal rate for vagrants, and then I believe it is only a 1 in 6 chance that you get a Beetle Queen here. So in terms of rushing, if you like want to gamble it, if you are like engineer or something, you're like, oh, okay, I can just gamble for the Stone Titan, right? It's a little bit more of a fair chance, but still kind of risky. Obviously, in a situation like this, when you're Ion Surge Artie, Don't really have to worry. And you also don't have to worry when there's an ATG and a small chest inside the TP bounce. Everyone's going to find that. Everyone's going to also get a Will-O-Wisp. I've got Vagrant and Beetle Queen mixed up? Is it really? Is it really Vagrant, the super rare one? Vagrants are 1/6. Okay. Okay, I'll take it. I'm a rookie with this stage. So Vagrants are super rare. That's right, because that makes this K's favorite stage automatically. I forgot, I made that joke earlier. Okay. So Beetle Queen's still, okay, our normal chance. The corpse of the blazing Lemurian, like, hovered over Cap. It, like, in a last act of defiance, decided, I will make my fire trail go over you, and there is nothing you can do about it. Waterholic. Okay, still hasn't activated TP. Needs to do that soon, because there's going to be that ATG. Right, the problem with this stage is, or not so much a problem, but a problem going fast here, and it's something that I still myself haven't really figured out. Well, for one, I haven't really erased or played the game much since this game came out, because the hosting league has taken up so much of my time. But there's a lot of loot. A lot of it. There's that large chest that guaranteed spawns, there's the other 280 director credits with no void cradles, so you need to earn a lot of money on this stage if you want to be able to get everything. And with so many options, you can't really choose the full loot of Stage 1, right? You do get Geeps, which give you more income, which make it a little bit fairer, or a little bit faster, right? If you get a Geep spawn, right? Those cost as much as a stone golem. And it's the little, the Geeps that come out of it give you just as much money. Or I think they give you half as much, but it's the equivalence of getting a second. So you get double the money every time a Geep spawns. If you get a Geep, it's just normal value. Same much as I think a natural spawn Geep gives as much money as a natural spawn Geep, but the split Geeps don't give as much money as the natural spawn, right? It's hard to explain, and I can't really explain it, and the racers are already on stage 2, so I think I'll give up right here, but I hope that made sense, as we see Cap finds fruit. It's very interesting, Cap's dialect of Wranglish, right? It's all about just one syllable. It kind of makes sense. If you really want to make everything like as short and terse as possible, right? Wax Quail is just bird. This is probably just going to be watch. Oh, doesn't take it. Come on, Cap. If you lose by 3 seconds, I swear. Yeah, there it is, watch. It's called Dole. I don't even know why people think of it as Dole. The whole Dole jokes and that of Timothy Escamilla are from another era. I don't even know, like, that's just like a byproduct from another time. People don't even understand why we call it Dole. But it's Dole. I try my best not to say Dole. You see the large chest again. As Waterholic picks it up, the same large chest that Faku got, the same large chest that no one else got, actually. It's just a predatory. And the TP boss drop is also predatory, which means that's a useless pickup, essentially. Unless you really need the extra attack speed on Artificer, which you don't. Congratulations, we have foreign fruit on Waterholic. We actually see Lurkki hitting the Newt before activating TP. It's probably going to activate it soon. Runs over to it and hits it now at the 6-minute mark. The second one on the TP, as Faku has already dealt with it. Right, gets the Beetle Queen. Oh, there was another foreign fruit. There was double foreign fruit on Verdant Falls. What a very fruitful place. Yeah, water just straight up took 7 minutes on stage 1. Which I guess you kind of have to. You need a lot of DPS for this build. Yeah, water types in slow in chat, and slow indeed. Right, as Faku's already done with the TP, has $270. Right, maybe not the most to show for it. There's quite literally slow in the sense of no movement speed. I almost kind of like Cap's approach to this run, and not only almost, but I actually really do. 4 focus crystals and a watch and an ATG, right? You want to get that damage in whenever you can. Even with an ATG, it's a good start, but this, right, with such a low rate of fire, with such a slow output, it always helps to have a little bit more. As we see a roll of pennies with a repulsion armor plate on Faku. That's going to make stage 3 over at Sulfur Pools a much better time. Maybe not the best stage to penny farm, but in terms of speeding up the items per minute, Faku could push it a little bit, especially with that foreign fruit. And Rustic Key as well for Faku. You see our other racers though. Yeah, pennies and repulsion on Lurkki as well. So I like both of them. And Lurkki actually got that before the TP. So despite being a little bit later than Faku on that, right, has the blue portal, might be able to get a little bit more and make some use of it. We see 2 Void Seeds on stage 3. Oh no. But at least they're Artificer, and they have Ion Surge. So they can actually clear it. They can actually just go above it and bomb them from above. Shouldn't be too terrible. There's actually an additional Void Cradle outside of the seed. And it's Plasma Shrimp. So there's damage right there. Double Plasma. And there's also a PSG on Faku. That's kind of nice. If you get tickled down by a wisp or something, right, you still have that damage up there. We also see the double PSG on Lurkki. I don't think Lurkki's going to be able to find a scrapper to get rid of those. It's going to have that as well on stage 3. And an opal. I'm feeling pretty okay with everyone's current approach, except for Water. Water, who got in second place in Loadout 1. Right, needs to maintain that lead. It's okay to kind of push forward early, right? But this isn't the Water wildcard round. It's not just a 2 loadout as Faku takes 1 needle tick, but does not lose a watch. It wasn't that powerful, right? The enemies are only level 7, so it's kind of a good thing about going super fast. Is if you get needle tick, not the end of the world, right? That was from a Pest too, I think. It's a squid polyp from the lockbox. And it's not very good. And Dude Strider is the boss. As everyone finds the crit glass, by the way, Waterhawk, the last one to get to that. There's also the crowbar right next to it. Everyone has that. And everyone's on stage 3, and Water hasn't activated the Telly yet on 2. Maybe not the most confident here, but this is a really good opportunity for Lurkki to at least be able to establish at least a point, maybe more, right? Still kind of keeping up to an extent with Faku and with Cap. Lurkki, the racer who only 3% thought would be able to get past this round. Only 3% of chat. And I think of that 3%, it was like an oopsie, like someone put in too many results, and I had to have them cut down their vote, and they took off Lurkki, so I don't even think it's that high. I don't think there's a single person in Fantasy who had Lurkki as their champion. So this is Lurkki's chance, Lurkki's opportunity to be able to prove those doubters wrong. So we see Wax Quail is the boss item for Stage 3. Both Faku and Cap have. And Waterholic really has that as the description for Beetle Queen. Okay, whatever. You do you, man. That's completely okay. Whatever you want to do. Right. Dealing with the Beetle Queen, I suddenly have a very harsh opinion towards Water, and I hope they totally don't win after seeing that. And well, unless things speed up, right, that's going to be the case. Right, what do we see that Water has from going super slow? That's like a huge advantage. I guess we see 3 teddy bears, we see an extra opal, a little bit more survivability, a little bit harder to die. Again, doesn't have those focus crystals like Cap does. And yeah, no movement speed or anything. It says trash pace. What am I doing? Who knows? I guess you're hoping everyone else is gonna die? We'll see. As Cap picks up a squid polyp from the lockbox as well. Yeah, the queen is mine for the taking. I can't let water take her. Clearly. No. Pennies found for water after TP. Picking up the last couple items. Gonna get a PSG and is gonna move on. Because the 13-minute pace is not good. There we go. Stage 4 now for Faku, the first one there. Yet again, fastest overall. Will it pay off? Will Faku's luck run dry? We'll see. So I don't think any of the racers are actually going to clear these void seeds. And okay, Lurkki now on the stage 3 TP. Needs to fight the boss at least. Both Cap and Faku are done with stage 3 though, and actually Faku's feeling kind of confident. Feels like, I don't know if there was a certain pre-spawn. Was it an additional Titan? Was it a third Titan? Faku just felt like, oh, okay, well there's just only Titans, so I'm not really concerned about pre-spawns, or maybe it was just a Greater Wisp. Right, still pretty early on. Right, 2 Greater Wisps, 3 Greater Wisps for Cap. Okay, maybe that's the confidence they need, not to knowing that there isn't like a Clay Doomstrider or a Vagrant that's going to catch up. There's also a Gup on Cap's screen, so that's a decent amount of money that Cap will get. Waterholic getting the Plasma Shrimp before going through TP. That is something that Lurkki will need to pick up after. And I don't know how much damage, like what amount of stuff Water's looking for in order to be able to make it all the way through. He's looking at these equipments. Oh, actually, that's something that the other racers didn't look at. It's a DML. There was also a Sommering. I almost kind of liked that a little bit more. It takes a DML, that is a little bit of damage and a little less healing. What is Water's current healing, though? It's nothing. Aside from the PSG. He's trying to clear out the Void Seeds. And while Water does that, really needs to hope that they're worth clearing. We see at least one Void Cradle in there. There's one Cradle, one... I think it's just one on this, and then there's another one elsewhere. Maybe at the other Void Seed. Both Lurkki and Water down to 6. Enemies remaining. And, I mean, Faku's done with the Stage 4 TP. Cap is finishing Stage 4 TP. Trying to figure out, are Cap and Faku just pushing too hard? Is Faku feeling threatened from loadout 1? Or is this just the norm? Moves on to stage 5. I'd be guessing that this is the norm. I think we've seen... I mean, I haven't watched too much of over at Risk of Resources of late, just being so busy. So we see a guillotine from Cap. But I don't know. I feel like for Faku, a 1 watch and 2 plasma shrimp isn't a whole lot to finish off Mithrix when you have what? I guess you have a backup mag? Could help. There's a Polyloot inside the Void Seed. There's a Polyloot, and Water's the only one to get it done. Water opting, or Lurkki opting not to clear it. We'll see what else is in there. Lysate. Takes that. It's going to be able to pillar skip a lot faster. I got it right this time. It's not Hard Light Afterburner that I'm associating with additional ion surges. So that'll increase the pillar skip if there's no vase, but there is a vase because Faku just found one. But as long as there's no fuel cells, it's still not the end of the world. And slowly and kind of steadily, Water makes his way over to the other one. Which is kind of weird to say 17 minutes is slow for stage 3. I feel like I'm still at this point when I'm Water. It's a needle tick, wants to pick that up, but misses it. Right, a little bit afraid of that squid turret. We see Lurkki actually dealing with the TP boss. There's a few larvae in there. Not much else. We'll see. Let's see what the stage 5 TP is. If it's a Horde of Many, you can always just push them off the cliff. Yeah, Elder Lamar and Horde of Many. So this is going to be an ultimate test for both Water and for Lurkki if they know about just standing over a cliff. We call it the hosting league for a reason. Right, for many people, this feels like an impossible task to be able to deal with these. Now, you don't want to go too far. There's a specific, I think 2 specific spots you need to land them at. We'll see. Cap finding the vase as well. Yeah, I think that one works. You just gotta stand a little bit closer. Oh, gets hit by an overloading orb and takes a lot of damage. Activated a vase out of panic? Oh my god, Faku almost losing the watch. Cannot get hit again. And is just struggling to push him off a cliff. I don't know if Faku's thinking of a different, like, of a wrong angle. But at this point, you're better off just letting him walk across, let him get to the other side, right? And then you can just have him push off from there. We'll see what Cap does. Cap is just killing them, because Cap has more damage. Doesn't even need to think about hosting. Doesn't need to play it fancy. Or maybe, nope. Still fine. Just needs one more ice. Gets it. Nice. Clean. Cut. Cap takes the lead with that. Cap, who was a little bit slower, but opted to take a little bit more damage, right, with those focus crystals, actually losing those, I believe, for a crit printer. Not sure what other printer it would have been. I don't think it was watch, because already had some watches. But one thing I do know is Cap has pretty solid lead. I think 2 watches, 2 focus crystals, 3 crit, a crowbar, 2 plasma shrimp, a backup mag. I think that's plenty of damage, right? And we're seeing just a discrepancy, like maybe not discrepancy. What's the word? A gap between Faku and between Cap in terms of damage right now, where Faku's damage is the 2 crit. I guess also the Predatories, a watch, a syringe, not really much. And if not careful, especially during the Mithrix fight, if this build doesn't change soon, could be looking at some deaths, potentially. See the item drop, it's another guillotine. Cap is pretty much probably just going to go straight to the moon after this. Meanwhile, we see Waterholic on the stage 4 TP is probably going to just go TP to TP at this point. Has good damage, will be able to deal with the Elder Lamar and Horde of Many. Probably pretty well. We'll see how the post spawns handle. Right, activating at like 27 or 23, 24 minutes can be kind of scary. Oh, there was a Nukahana's opinion? Ugh. I'm assuming that was a legendary chest that Lurkki tried to go for. Oh, there's a crit printer at stage 5. Okay, yeah, so it's a crit printer that Cap went into, and now Lurkki also going into it. Right, Lurkki, whose damage isn't really adding up for how long it's taken to be able to get to here to stage 5. Right, we see like an extra backup mag, some PSGs or something, but should really invest in that crit printer. I'm going to be completely honest. Needs some form of damage boost with all these extra white items. Right, look at Cap's build. Cap, who's already on the moon. There's very few items you can look at and say, that's not too good. Like what? The guillotines? A harpoon? Maybe the greens. But in terms of the whites, right, Cap has made good use of these printers. So we see the 2 focus crystals still from stage 1, 4 crit. Really like it. Faku slowing down though a little bit. Right, didn't really get the whole lot. So we'll see. I guess has 2 crit now and 2 watches, 2 plasma strip. That's a little bit better. That's decent. We're gonna see Cap actually get to the battle first. Moving on up. Oh, it was a potential from a stage 4 Void Seed. Okay. Well, yeah. You don't want that. The only reason why you'd want it is if you're gonna go to soups with all your movement speed in the whole universe. Like, you don't know there's a base yet. And here comes the Horde of Many. Waterholic should move up. That's smart. Only got half health. Cap is in the fight. Faku shortly behind. Cap really wants this win. Really needs to get some points to get ahead of Waterholic. Right, to be able to get firmly ahead of Faku, actually, as well. Right, just in case something happens, and is trying to make the best use of the snap freeze. I don't think it's going to be able to pull it off this time. Got it down 1, actually, though. Yeah, he went away from Mithrix to try and go back up. Interrupt that. He can't do it again. The attack it's an attack where he goes to the center. I think he can only do it every like 15 seconds, every 20 seconds. I forget. Misses it that time though. We're getting a little bit of bit rage from Faku. Hopefully things come back in a bit. Okay. Yeah, Faku doing the same thing here. It's still lagging out. We'll give it a minute and hope it comes back. If things don't change soon, though, we'll probably need to call a time for Faku to have that be fixed. But it looks like things are good now as Waterholic is done with the Elders. And sees the most awesome item in the universe. Sees the old guillotine. The most well-renowned item of all time. Has a gup that he has to deal with. I don't think Cap or Faku had that. And Lurkki now also on the TP. Has 8 crit. That's a good call. You don't have too much if you're Lurkki right now in terms of damage. So that will help. I think Lurkki actually opted to take the Elders elsewhere. Oh, has them stuck in the vent right now. So Lurkki is going to have to charge and then kill them after. Both in phase 2 now between Cap and Faku. In terms of real time, Cap is 15 seconds ahead, but Faku loses watches and is down to 10 health and takes a death. Death number 1 for Faku. Midway through phase 2, do we see any deaths on Cap? No. There is none. 5 minutes is a lot of time as Waterholic immediately going to the moon. Doesn't have Vase, so that's going to hurt in terms of getting to there and getting to the ship after the fight, but does have 2 Lysates. That'll speed things up a little. Doesn't have any red whips. And while Water's thinking about how much he threw, Faku's out in the middle of the open out in the open field with 2 wisps. Hopefully no homing orbs come in soon. Going to need to land every shot possible. And while all that's going on, Cap just chilling. Just chilling. And death number 2 happens for Faku. A little bit too much overconfidence in the phase 2. 0 movement speed, aside from a Quail and a Red Whip. And being out in the open with 2 deaths gives a huge chance for both Waterholic and for Lurkki to catch up. And as for Cap, a chance for bonus points, and a lot of them too. Unless Cap dies, I think we can see 1 bonus point for sure, and 2 pretty likely. If you're cheese right now, I would just be ion surging. Yeah, phase 4 is already begun for Cap. There's no Void Sense, no Shurikens, nothing funny. Mithrix will die quickly. It'll be an easy fight. And Cap is going to take it. Lurkki actually getting a little bit low in health. Does have the Elders dead. Has a chance maybe to beat Faku here. Faku, who took 2 deaths, might need a 3rd death for Lurkki. Alright, Lurkki actually getting a little low again himself. But well done to Cap. Finishes off Mithrix. And has a 99.98% chance of not dying at this point. Which a 0.02 is like a 1 in 10,000. I think that's fair. Maybe like a 1 in 5,000. Very unlikely. Essentially impossible in terms of the gauntlet racing, right? We haven't really seen it ever happen to Cap. There's a reason why it's not called capping, it's called grubbing. And just charging the ship now. It's going to finish off the run. And at a really good time, too, at sub 30. Meanwhile, Waterholic, who was at stage 3, entered stage 3 at like the 13-minute mark. Stage 4 at like 20-something. Is already in the fight now. Realized Steel's going super slow. Needed to speed things up. Has Polyloot, Plasma Shrimp. Couple watches, only 1 crit. You see Lurkki actually doing a little bit of looting after the TP. He's going to try and find something good. He's going to have to go fast. Needs to do something quick in order to make up for those deaths that Faku had. And there's a Shattering Justice, which will go nicely with the Plasma Shrimp, I think. Else from a Chance Shrine. Shattering Justice from the Shrine. Wowee. Here comes the final time for Cap. Gonna be up here in just a second. And it is a 29-17 for Cap. Well done. Well played. Sub 30. Sub 29.5 if you want to go there. 29-17. Holy holy. Love to see it. And we'll actually go ahead and take a screen off here. So we will wait for message here. Lurkki now onto the moon. Alright, there's the time. Cap, welcome in. Congratulations on not dying and on finishing fast. You have gotten first place with maybe bonus points, most likely bonus points. We'll see. Waterholic is already on phase 2. Went through with the double Void Seed on stage 3, was going really slow. But ended up getting Polyloot. And,
interesting.
I guess Needle Tick as well. There was also a Shattering Justice and a Chance Shrine at the top of stage 5 that Lurkki had gotten. So Lurkki is getting up to the fight now as well. Neither have Vase. So we'll see. Faku actually ended up taking 2 deaths during phase 2. So
dang.
Yeah, it was a little bit ahead of you up until that point. And then just broke the watches. Was out in the open a little too much and just not too much to handle. So tell us about the run. How do you feel?
I mean, the Focus Crystal Printer I feel like was a good confidence boost coming out of stage 1. And then we had the healing drone and I don't know. I mean, after that, the damage was just there. We had a couple watches that came through, one on stage 1, and then the crit printer was huge. Plasma Shrimp coming from, stage 3?
Yeah.
And after that, I mean, I just pushed and tried to keep the time scaling down, and it was already, so didn't really have to worry about movement speed. I had, a coil and a red whip for that, and a feather.
And the vase that came in on stage 5, too, was really nice.
Yeah, that was clutch. That was clutch.
Regarding... Oh, jeez, water, don't die. Regarding the Focus Crystal Printer, nobody else did that on stage 1. And I think through that... Yeah, as a confidence booster of yes, there's at least some damage, you can keep going forward. Right? I think that was nice. Faku didn't go into that. Faku didn't really have much damage at all until kind of after stage 5, right? Had double Plasma Shrimp. like
Yeah.
double crit and then a watch. Found another watch at the way end, but that was really it.
Yeah, even
the whole
like
fight.
up to stage 4 TP during the Mithrix fight, the focus crystals were, I feel like, really impactful. Just made everything a lot easier.
Yeah, we actually
But
see
yeah, it'd be good seed.
final time for Faku being a 41:29. I can read that, so that's cool. Thanks, Switch.
The greens were pretty garbage though.
Yeah, not a whole lot there. Oh, geez, Water. Okay, finishes off Mithrix at 33 minutes. Currently, your time was 29:17. Needs to be on the ship by, that'd be 34? No, it needs to be done by 34. It needs 17 seconds. I think you get a bonus point here.
Right, hopefully. Much needed after the 3rd place.
Yeah. Alright, we got the time in for Faku. We'll go ahead and move him in now. Welcome in, Faku. Hello, hello.
Oh, hello.
So, tell us about the run. How'd it go?
It's a pretty fast run, but I fucked up phase 2. I don't think I made other mistake than that.
Yeah, it was a pretty tough phase 2. Just had a lot less damage than what Cap had and what some of the other Razors had. We actually see Waterholic finishing up now. Both Lurkki and Water going a little bit slower, but still deathless. So we'll see if you can get a point here or not, but Water does appear to be heading towards his second place.
What time did Cap get?
Cap got a 29:17. So I think
The
maybe
one-
with those 2 watches, might have been able
No, I
to
think-
be close,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
having
Yeah, I
the
got
rig.
3 watches, and then I went into the focus crystal printer on stage 1, and then went into the crit printer on stage 5. So I ended up getting 4 crit, and the plasma shrimp, and the watches, and just push.
Yeah, tell us about the elders on stage 5.
Yeah, that was a problem too. I should have just killed them. I was
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to make it like throw them off the edge. But
I don't think
should-
there's a spot
I
where
should-
they'll go over on that side of the map. I know there's on the
Yeah.
other, and then I know they'll jump over at
Yeah, that wastes me a lot of time. That and
Yeah.
phase 2.
I was trying that as well,
That
trying to
was
host
another
them,
approach for
but
phase 2.
I got stuck in the crap trap.
Honestly, Cap, it's for your best. You had really good damage and made it a lot
Yeah.
faster than what it would have been. And that was just one of the couple things like that, and then messing up on phase 2 for Faku. But Faku still did really good. Aside from that, still had a really good real time. And well done.
Loader next. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Let's
Holy.
heckin' go.
Oh, jeez. All right. Let me just. There we go. Yep. I'll know now. All good. No demonetization. We're fine. We actually get to see Waterholic finishing up. It's gonna be 35-34, so you're good by a minute. Well done.
Nice. So bonus point. Awesome. Needed.
Jeej. Yeah, a good comeback.
Because you're gonna get 4th on the loadout.
When the loadout isn't just played for you with the drone parts and stompers and I mean there's
Yeah.
still a lot for
It was
this one,
pretty.
but
Yeah, it was.
not
both
quite
were
as
pretty good teams.
overt, we'll say.
Yeah. We were comfy coming out of like stage 2 even.
Mm.
Here I was.
No one cleared the white seas, right? On stage 3.
Waterholic did. And Waterholic, who left stage 1 at 7 minutes. And stage 2 by like 14 or like 13, 12 or something. Really pushed it after clearing that seed, got a polyloot, and have a couple
Nice.
of lysate cells. Just able to lysate up.
Yeah, that's comfy.
So we'll actually, let's see, use Water's time in. All right, Water's time is in. Do I have it right? Let me just double check. Yep, okay, cool.
Wait, so
Go
I get
ahead.
4th or 3rd?
We'll find out.
Lurkki's still going. 36 minutes on end of phase 2.
All right, Water.
Wait, I'm second? What the fuck?
Congratulations.
That was so bad. I played so poorly.
and
Yeah. You should be
let's just say, you got lucky in that regard, right? You had the
Yeah, I was praying to be lucky.
yeah. Tell us about stage 1.
I saw a bunch of chests and I was just like, okay, what if I grab them all? And that was a terrible idea. Like, honestly,
Okay,
Surge
what if I
giving me so
grab
much
them all?
vision. Surge giving me so much vision of the whole stage and seeing all the chests would like hurt me because I was like, oh, what if I full looted?
Yeah, that's
But,
the thing with
yeah,
Verdant
it's
is
terrible.
as it's such a new stage, it's so easy to like see the loot, especially as Ion Surge
Yeah.
already, right? You just press R once and you see everything. And there's geeps that like give you a little bit more money, so it's like, oh, I can get this extra income. Will I be able to do this? Maybe. And then next thing you know, it's at like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And right, there was at least a focus crystal printer. Like, if you're gonna take that much time, Cap didn't take 7 minutes. What was it, like 4.5-ish?
Mhm.
Ended up getting 4 focus crystal at the end of stage 1. Was able to have that boost forward.
And
a
the
little bit.
watch.
Yeah, and the watch. That was a nice ATG, like right on the TP as well.
Yeah.
Lurkki needed to.
Did
go
anyone
a little
else completely avoid pizza during the fight?
Yeah.
Nice. That's fun to do.
trying to hold
You
off
had
Mithrix from
opus.
going back to the center. It's always
I
yeah.
did like
just
one
freezing
pizza,
him.
I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, both you and Faku were doing real good on that. Okay, there we go. Lurkki's actually getting hits, and Lurkki found the.
It's getting close for Lurkki.
Yeah.
Might snag 30 here.
Good. So did Faku die? What happened?
Maybe. I died twice on phase 2.
Oh,
Phase 2. Yeah.
Lurkki actually
I think
found
I had
a
wraps.
shattering justice.
I had a
on,
raptor.
the Chant Shrine.
I had 2
I don't know.
wraps.
Everyone was targeting at me. I had a drone too. I spawned and every single waste was targeting.
That's rough, yeah.
Lurkki not having the vase is kind of scaring me here.
Yeah,
Oh.
we'll see. I mean, Lurkki needs to be on the ship by 40 minutes and 29 seconds, so has like a minute and a half. I think.
There's a base?
Was there a good portal? Yes, on stage 5.
Yeah.
Near
Yeah.
stage 5 spawn. In a try shop.
Oh, there's no damage for Lurkki until the crit comes
Visible.
in. Does have a backup mag. That's gonna help. There goes the crit. It's gonna go for an Ion Surge. And if this crits, I think that'll get Mithrix. No. Mithrix has infinite health. What is going on here? Sometimes I forget how much health
And
he
is
has
it-
in phase 4. Okay, so for Faku to get in third,
Ugh.
needs Lurkki to... Lurkki has 1
Lurkki,
minute.
go to the good portals. Why?
This
Are they so far away? Okay.
I guess
No,
was
that one
thinking
right there,
of
just- yeah.
backups.
Jeez.
He does have the quail.
Yeah. The red whip, yeah. There's a red whip as well.
As long as
Red
he
whip.
doesn't Ion Surge, because you don't need the Ion Surge. Right, all the Ion's gonna do is get rid of your red whip.
Sorry, I guess I'm rooting against Faku with Faku in the call, but I need this.
I think both people could use it.
Faku's gonna get first in the next loadout, so
We'll see.
Nah, there are no ones.
Lurkki could
Ah,
really
you're right,
use
you're right.
this though at 0 points right now.
we taking Van to
And
stage
I
1, right?
think as long as Lurkki
Sure.
stands inside the
Alright.
ship for the entire time,
Wait,
41-29 will be fine.
do we have the Underslam?
I hope.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I do.
shit.
Yeah,
It was in
Underslam should be in the pack.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
If
I
you have it
it.
disabled,
It is.
you're extra.
Okay.
Oh, is it Slam? Fun.
It's no even worse is Thunder Gauntlet.
Oh, really? I don't
Is this
know.
full landload?
It's all loader.
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. I don't know.
I haven't played Slam since the update.
I didn't even want to play loader, and you had to make it miserable.
Well, you know what? No one
guess-
gets to be happy.
Yeah.
Except for me and chat. We get to be really happy
Yeah.
because we just love loud noises. And we think it's really funny about the whole console having this bug for 2 years. Could you imagine playing console and it's just like this is normal,
No,
it's completely
I cannot
fine.
imagine playing console.
Oh my
Wait,
God.
did Lurkki 1 or not?
41-10 for Lurkki, so that will be third place.
Oof.
That hurts. We'll see actually as we wait for Lurkki. Waiting at least for the time. It's kind of just a way of getting confirmation they're ready. How are we feeling about let's see, what are these stages? Got
I'm kind of scared though.
Verdant Falls
landing.
again?
Yeah, again. Because if you don't get bans, it's kind of scary.
Oh
That's
yeah,
fine.
no bans.
Character's boring with no bans.
We got Lurkki in here. Lurkki! So,
Hello.
a little bit of a slow run for what it was. Congratulations on finding the Shattering Justice, and for being deathless. You were 19 seconds away from getting in fourth.
Yeah, I just saw that. Nice. Yeah,
So
the
with
damage was like...
yeah,
Sorry, yeah, the damage was perfect, but the low speed really messed me up. And I took a little too long in the stage 5. But okay run overall.
yeah, well, wasn't too bad. Obviously the
Really solid.
elders on stage 5 were a little bit difficult. No one likes dealing with overloading elders, clearly, and yours, they went all the way over to the vent. They just wanted to chill out elsewhere, which was kind of fun. We also saw that you were the one that went the most into crit. Didn't really have a whole lot of damage going to stage 5 outside of the plasma shrimps. And what better than to just, if you have a bunch of random white items, get some crit. Did it, and it helped a lot.
I didn't
Yeah,
even know
and
there was a
also the
crit
Matrix fight was really bad and slow for me. I should have like just gotten closer and
Yeah, standing
Yeah.
next to the or inside the wall whenever you wall Mithrix is usually what I like to do.
Yeah.
yeah, it was
get in
pretty
there.
scary nonetheless. No opals,
Yeah.
no anything. But
Oh
at
yeah,
least
that's
deathless.
a fair point. Everyone had opals, I think, except for
Yeah, I
except
think
for
I
you.
printed mine away for crit.
Yeah, so it made it a little bit more tough of getting all those shots in and all those hits, making the most of it. But not too much more to talk about that run. Hey YouTube, I hope this race has been a good one so far. The hosting league has been a lot of fun to create and run, however, none of it has just like appeared overnight. It takes a great amount of effort and energy to run the league, whether it be like scheduling race times, making the overlays, running the website, or just uploading the VODs here on YouTube. All of these are needed to provide the best viewing experience and are handled all by me alone. If you would like to help support the league, consider sending me some funds through the link shown on the page here. Half the money donated will go to the racer's prize pool, which as of now is at around like $645, which is up by well over nearly 20% of where it began, which is huge. Thank you to everyone who's given so far for that, and thank you to everyone else for not skipping past this part of the video. Anyway, enough money talk for me. Let's get back to the race. And starting now. Refs, feel free. Oh, did you guys do a wand? No. Artificer, it was Cap with a bonus point. But here we go with Loader. Verdant Falls and all of its pastel-y beauty. We've got some pretty familiar stages to start with. I think almost all of them either started with Verdant or Siphoned, and then stage 2 was Aphelion and Wetland. Stage 3 and 4 pretty different, varying stages through that, so a little bit of variety as we see a Cautious Slug and a Bungus near a Blood Shrine, allowing these racers to be able to kind of farm up a little bit more money and do a little bit more of what Waterholic ended up doing on stage 1. A little bit easier. Faku already going to stage 1 TP. It's a Stone Titan, which again has, I think, a 50% chance to spawn here on stage 1 as the boss. And then it's Beetle Queen, that's a 1 in 3, with a 1 in 6 Vagrant. I kind of wish it was a 1 in 6 Beetle Queen, because could be a little strategic with that. Vagrants obviously not do much. I guess if you hit a mountain shrine, multiple Vagrants could be kind of tough, kind of scary. Get a little bit of a bitrate issue on Faku-sen. All the racers, by the way, with Thunderslam, they have a mod called Underslam enabled, which actually makes it so that their eardrums don't burst. Go ahead and update these streams to real time. There we go. Yeah, actually interesting is Faku has yet to go into any of the blood shrines, right? Maybe not thinking about getting much money, or is trying to get more XP, to level up more, so that there's more of a max health pool, and then you can go and hit it, right? If you hit a mount or a blood shrine and you're level 4, you're getting level 4 health. So as long as you don't take too much damage during a TP fight, you're getting more money from hitting the blood shrine after the TP than hitting it beforehand. Wally! Oh my god. Coming in with the 20. Hello. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for your contributions for a future hosting league. Love to have a host 2 league. Host 2ing. That's bad. That doesn't even work. Red item from the guaranteed chest is Disco de Resonancia. I don't know how to say that. Resonance disc. Let's go. A little bit more burst. A little bit more landloader plays that we can see with that. Waterholic actually getting a ton of items. I don't know if it's just immediately going to leave after TP. It's probably going for the legendary chest. Or, not legendary. The guaranteed large chest. Since it is not the scrapper. There was a backup mag on stage 1 that we saw. Which is huge. Allowing the racers to go a lot faster. As for the not so good at loader, kind of terrifying in a way, because that means the people that are good with loader movement are going to be moving a lot faster. So we see both Cap and Waterholic getting that at the same time. And trying to kill an enemy to try and get that large damage chest doesn't have money for it. It's just going to opt for the crowbar, which is probably the better option instead. I think it was an AP round inside that small damage. And everyone's on to stage 2, but everyone's a little bit behind Faku. Faku, who's pushing it. Faku, with only 3 points and 2 loadouts to go, needs this to be a first place to try and get ahead of Waterholic. Right? If Waterholic just keeps getting a second, right, is probably maybe actually going to be able to advance. Right? As for Cap and Faku, both of them not wanting to deal with that. Now's their chance. If they can make this a fast and good loadout without deaths, then next loadout will be a lot breezy, right? If either of them get like bonus points, they probably don't even have to sweat. Especially for Cap. If Cap just gets first place, I think is a guarantee advance. Lurkki, even, might be, I don't know if this is out of Lurkki's comfort zone. Lurkki only with 1 point, at least 1 point though. Right, thanks to the double death that Faku had during the Mithrix fight, has a decent chance. Only 4 behind, only 3 behind second place. If there's a turnaround and a couple, like maybe a first place and a second place, maybe might need a little bit more. Might need to win out, but still very easily could end up pushing through. Right, Lurkki, Cap, and Faku all like loader the most out of any survivor. Oh, Cap lost crowbars. Okay. I don't hate that. I think this is a little bit more of a proc chainy build, with it being landloader. I think we see, right, a lot of one-shot ideas, one-shot concepts. This is, if this was, what survivor? There's a survivor, his name is Captain, with the Diablo Strike. Diablo Strike Captain, I think the crowbar is the Giga play. It's the one you always want. Maybe with Railgunner-ish, kind of. Does have that high proc coefficient on Supercharge if Supercharge is present. But Sticky Bombs, right? There's a 1 in 7-ish chance every time Cap gets off a punch. It's like a triple punch the whole time, which is really, really good. We see Faku with a safer spaces, with 2 AP rounds, with double crowbar. Doesn't have any equipment. You know who does have an equipment? That would be Waterholic, who has remote caffeinator. What else do you think he would have? Not really a whole lot of green items, and honestly, greens aren't that great outside of bans for this loader, for any loader. Only greens I can think of is a feather could be cool. I don't know, ATG, ukulele to turn into polylute, or just uke overall. There's some cool things, but outside of that, it's just bans. You see white small chests, white chests, or white tri-shops, go for those. You'll get your green tri-shops for those good greens later, if they happen. AP round picked up for Cap. Lurkki with 2 crowbars in 1 AP round, a little bit less damage than what Faku has, and a little bit farther behind, but does at least have a syringe. Maybe if a Shattering Justice can come into play, we could see some really good times there with a little bit of Jackie Z, thegamer.com. Shipping request form for Waterholic. Actually, all racers had this. There's a Warhorn and something else. A white item, right? You kind of want to go for that white item. Warhorn could be cool, though. Use your equipment once a minute. You can knuckle boom fast. I guess. It is damage, right? Nah, you probably want to go for that white item every time. Every time, go for the white. If it's that, anyway. See stage 3, Lurkki now here as well. All racers on stage 3 already water activating the TP. Hasn't found the safer spaces. Will probably need that if he wants to have a good chance of beating Cap. Right, Cap has that safety net. If you have safer spaces, versus on phase 1 Mithrix, you can just stand on top of, and you don't have to worry about anything. So racers also need to be careful about the chain of the Grove Tender. It can immediately kill you instantly, and then you're just dead. Grove Tender got hit by something. A lot of damage. Oh, Resonance Disc, that's right. Rocking a lot. So we also see an Infusion picked up for all the racers that have that. One for Faku, who's having a little bit of internet problems. Got a low bit rate. Nothing too much serious going on. We can still see what's going on, so should be fine. There's an adaptive chest, though. So there was a Goat Hoof that was passed. You don't really need that as loader. Lurkki almost dead. Energy Drink passes that. Oh, there was a gun and misses the gun. Gets a safer spaces from its teddy bear. So what items could these racers get if they did end up getting that gun? There's also get a crowbar, so that's good. Well, we have stage 4, which is Abyssal Depths, right? So that could be Molten Perforator, which is really good on Mithrix for phase 3. That could be also really, really good for Cap with those sticky bombs also in hand. But the first one to stage 4 is Faku. No family event. Starts swinging through. There's a Will-O-Wisp printer. Probably don't want that. Looking at the greens right now. Actually, maybe. Your AoE is going to be fine-ish, I guess. I don't know. There's a Brooch and a Crit in the shipping quest form. This form just keeps giving. Pretty decent stuff. Pretty decent lead. So we just have a Stone Titan. Okay, so nothing really good coming from stage 4. Maybe if some of the racers got here a little bit later, as Faku was the first one here, we would have a pre-spawn boss. Could be a... let's see. Imp Overlord for Shattered Spleen. Nah, that's not going to do much. It would have to be a worm. Either way, they cost 800 credits. I don't know. A 13-minute boss is going to be kind of rare. We actually see a pre-spawn Stone Titan, I think. I saw a red circle on the ground. Yep. So, pre-spawn Titan on Waterholic. Gun is useless. Faku's actually probably getting a little bit better of a benefit from having missed that. So we see a Shuriken picked up on Cap. Pretty good for phase 2. Able to take down some exploders that way. We can see Cap being the third one to get to stage 4. Lurkki is taking a little break. Maybe like a phone call or something popped up. He'll be back in just a moment. Faku's screen is... Come back. Hang in there. A third repulsion armor plate for Waterholic. Waterholic, who does not have safer spaces, will need to find that in some other way, right? From not getting that on stage 3. I feel like if he wants to have a fair shot, we'll need to find a different cradle down the line that gives the same item. See another equipment barrel out in the middle of the field. We'll see if Faku decides to go with that. Let's going to get to it now. It's a small chest and a recycler. Okay, so I guess if you take the gun, if you somehow got it, I think Lurkki actually, from the adaptive chest, ended up getting a AP round. Very cool. Legendary chest is Behemoth, and guess who found it? And guess who didn't find it? Oh my god. Faku didn't find it, but Waterholic did. Waterholic got a recycler and a war banner. Could have rerolled that. It's gonna get the crit from the white question mark. There it is. You want that. Huge damage, but has to deal with 2 Stone Titans, both standing outside TP, which will slow things down just a little bit, maybe. So we see Lurkki, how far behind? Real time is about 40 seconds behind. The other racers, not too far. Only a 40-second advantage, though, and hasn't activated the TP yet. Doesn't have safer spaces either, but does have 3 AP rounds. Right? How much does Water have? Only has 1. Right? Has a very similar build to Faku, and Cap is taking a very similar looting path. Medkit was pulled out from Faku. Was that on purpose? Saw a quick pause after that. Maybe he accidentally took the wrong option, or just was dissatisfied with that. Water needs to be careful not to get hit by those Hermit Crab shots. We'll see if the other racers find that Behemoth. But that Behemoth will make up for the lack of AP rounds. Water, you really got to be careful. Look up. Look up. Just look up. Stop going in such a small circle. Oh my god. Water. You might have a chance. Just look up. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not gonna look at Water's screen. He's just stressing me out too much right now. Quail found on Cap, along with fireworks. Cap still has enough money for that large chest, but doesn't anymore, having purchased those 2. Gets the recycler and the war banner in that exact order, and does not get the Behemoth. Recycles that one at least. Gets an extra safe spaces. Focus Crystal found in Water. That's going to make up for the damage. I don't... Faku has it. Faku dealing with a Grandparent. Does have to deal with the sun, though, as the Grandparent took too much time. Actually has to turn on Shadow, or turn off Shadows. No, wait, that was on. Turns on Shadows to make sure that he is safe. Not all of us were blessed with large bank accounts that could afford really high-quality PCs. I was actually in a very similar boat. Not even a year ago. Deals with it. We'll probably see a pause to turn it off for Faku to increase frame rate. The shadows are very resource intensive. Lurkki, meanwhile, actually not too far behind, as Cap hasn't activated the TP yet, but needs to find some sort of damage to like make up for the lost time. Unless some of the others die, which I don't think they're going to die with safer spaces. We'll see what happens as Cap almost instantly annihilates his Grandparent. Cap, who has 2 crowbars, 3 AP rounds, and 3 sticky bombs. It's going to use a teleport spike, actually, to hide. Uh-oh. Yep, okay, just moves. We're moving to a new spike. New neighborhood. Actually decides, why should I do that? I've got a nice spot behind this wall here. And goes for that instead. Whoa, meanwhile, Waterholic, okay, is going to go in for the punch. No, get out of there. Is clearly farming pennies that he thinks he has, but he doesn't actually. Needs to kill it, doesn't level up. 4 Sun, not too bad. Gets a reroll, and it's a Bandolier. Every racer now has the Recycler with Lurkki picking it up. And a small chest. Rerolls it, gets the bear, which is not as safe for spaces, is actually a 14% resistance. Maybe we'll see those bears come in clutch against Pizza? Who knows? I don't know. Waterholic gets 2. But we see Faku actually the first one to the moon. First one to the moon at 1624. Doesn't have a drone to grapple off of. I don't think any of the racers have any drones. I wouldn't mind a drone. Oh, actually, Lurkki has a drone. So that could come in clutch. That could be nice. That could be good. Waterholic actually confirmed to be the only racer who have found that brilliant behemoth. Oh, there was a band and okay, that makes so much more sense. A shipping request form had a fire band and Faku accidentally took a med kit. Oh my god. That hurts. That is almost essentially the whole run right there. Faku needs to make up real time. Faku's actually probably going to the soups to try and see if there's a recovery. Because everyone has that shipping request form, so it's one of the TP boss items, I'm pretty certain. Will there be a recovery, though, for our Faku here? Ronald Band. Yes, there is a recovery, but what will be lost? An AP round will. I think that's a fair trade. Don't want to do that again, though. There's also Tesla Coil. You could try to gamble reroll, but probably not wise. Faku realizes that and goes up. Uh-oh. Water actually didn't get the band either from the shipping request form. It was pretty close to spawn. Oh, Faku did not successfully get the pillar skip. Faku's screen, as you see right now, that is like 80% of my skips. Look like that. So, you know what? I'm feeling a little bit motivated. I gotta give Faku bonus points, maybe. At least coolness points for proving that you know, every racer is still human and men make mistakes. Camp also didn't get the band. So literally the only person who have gotten the band was Lurkki. That could be huge. Lurkki, who's a little bit behind, can easily make up for that time, right? Doesn't have safer spaces, but can make up for that. Come on, Faku, I believe in you. There we go. In at 1828 on the timer right here. We'll see what's going on with Waterholic. Water does get a grapple on that. Right, there's no charge gauntlet. This is probably the most frustrating loader skip you can have. Water also struggling a little bit. We see Cap doing, I believe, the host tech, where you just like throw yourself off and throw up. Oh, Ronald's band was the easy ping, though. Cap doesn't want to go past that, right? Didn't know about the Ronalds, or the Kajaro band, but does know about this and loses the 1 AP round as well from the suit. I'm not sure if they're seeded or not, but that happened. And there was a rusted key white printer if you wanted to get rid of your what it's called, I forget. Waterholic, the second one in the fight now. It's gonna have to beat Cap. Does have the behemoth. Needs to not die, which is kind of hard, if I'm being honest. To try and go super duper fast on a Thunder Slam loader, you gotta really get in there. You gotta get in there like during Pizza. You gotta get in there right after his hammer swing. So you want to make sure, yeah, like that, just like that. But you know, still end up getting hit a little bit. Cap now into the fight at 1955 with the Ice Band. Right, didn't know about the free Kajaro as some of the others did. I think we see Lurkki actually trying the hosting tech. Hopefully he has it down. Hopefully not too anxious right now. Gets it. Goes up. Goes down. Is the spot landed correctly? No, it is not. Gets flung into the cave. And we'll need to try again to try and make up for that lost time. Again, every second counts as all three racers, except for Lurkki, in the Mythics fight already. Lurkki with the Fire Band. And I think Lurkki's just going to give up and go a little bit slower. Not feeling the most confident right now. Right, just hoping maybe one of the racers ends up dying, maybe during Pizza or something, as we see Faku. Almost feeling a little skittish, doesn't want to end up dying again. Needs to get those points, and is doing really well in the moment, right? The only racer in Phase 3. Oh my god. Waterholic almost getting killed by Mithrix right there. Lurkki getting flung away from the tree. Is able to recover. Waterholic, meanwhile, in Phase 2, able to one-shot these wisps. It gets hit by a few golem shots. Again, one death. And that's easy points for Cap. That's easy points for Lurkki. Waterholic actually missing a few of these shots. Needs to be careful not to lose all the bandolier or backup mags. Right, gotta hold on to your grapples in case you get stuck in a line of sight. But it's currently top decking. Oh my god, there's an orb. Waterholic blocks it though with the teddy bears. And blocks a lot more shots. Right? Benefits to having teddy bear, but it doesn't matter in terms of first place as shadows are turned off for Faku. Faku finally remembering to do that. Waterholic slamming inside of 3 explosions, and is the first one to, or second one to phase 3. Will Waterholic have a better time than Cap? Maybe. A huge shot already on Mithrix at the start, enough to bring him out into the center. And Cap's still doing phase 2. No safer spaces though. Needs to be careful. Takes a swipe, is gonna have to deal with pizza in the air. Slice 1, safe. 2, safe. And seems to be pretty safe from here, but that was risky, that was dangerous. Dealing with these golem shots, though, needs to be careful. Has the extra backup mag. And we even see Lurkki now into the fight halfway through phase 1 as Faku finishes up, guaranteed to be first place unless a death happens, which I think Faku is actually invincible. Will not be able to have that happen. As phase 4 was dealt with. Waterholic's gonna die. I'm gonna say it now, so I don't call it caster curse. There's gonna be a death. It's going to happen because there's the golem. He's just playing really risky. Right? Kind of had to, but with just so much stress right now, we'll probably see a swipe. No, it doesn't happen because teddy bear. This teddy bear is clutch. Hold on, water. Hold on, Cap. Oh my god. Empty bottle. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's a death. You can't... I mean, only for so long, so much luck. And hopefully that doesn't bring into a death spiral. Water might be able to pull off a point if Cap dies. Might be able to pull off a point if Lurkki dies. Is blocking literally every single shot with those 2 teddies. And learning that Thunder Punch is not the other punch. Takes step number 2 from the Shockwave. It's over for Water. So close, almost had it, but just folded in at the end. 23:36 for Faku is the final time. Well done. We'll go ahead and update those now as so we'll pull it off screen in just a second. Well done again to Faku for having 2 sub-30s now. Waterholic not very happy with the ads. Go and pull that off screen. Got a 23:36. Really, really good. Really well done on Faku's part. Alright, there's the time. We'll go ahead and move him in now. There we go. Faku, welcome in.
Hello.
Hello. Fastest real time. Deathless, good stuff. Safer spaces is huge, and so is finding an ice band when you accidentally get a medkit instead of a fire band. The good news on that, nobody except for Lurkki actually knew that was there. So,
Okay.
but Cap ended up pinging the ice band and ended up getting that. Cap is actually going to finish off 3rd in real time. Waterholic was a little bit faster, but had 2 deaths. No safer spaces, but found a brilliant behemoth on stage 4.
Oof, that's nice. Yeah, really good damage.
Yeah, I know one concern was just lack of bands. Some people were actually going a little bit slow early on, but damage showed up in the form of crowbars and AP rounds. There's even a sticky bomb printer.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Lurkki loses the bottle and might die soon. Look out. Cap actually charging the ship now. At, 26 minutes? Not bad. Oh, and there's death 1 for Lurkki. Lurkki needs to be careful. Lurkki can still earn a point if he just doesn't die again. Mithrix is at, I would say, 60% health still. Right, this is nobody's favorite loader loadout. If I find one person that like actually likes and prefers alt loader, they're probably psychotic or like it only because they're bad at loader and they're a racer and they want everyone to be miserable. See,
If you give
3611.
me this punch, I'll take the. I mean, the M2 is good. This.
Yeah.
Nice. I don't think this is the worst.
Really? Oh, because the grapple?
The other M2. Yeah. Yeah,
That's
grapple.
fair. Oops. I got the wrong one. Okay, there we go. We see Cap finishing up now. Cap deathless. We'll actually get a. I'm still gonna wait for finishing times to come in for some of the other racers, although I think I can read those pretty well. You see Cap finishing off with a 26:45, so no bonus points for this loadout. That does put you in a good spot. Okay, there we go. Cap time and water. We'll go ahead and move both of them now at the same time. As we see, I always gotta look for the booth. There we go.
Hey.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yo.
So, Water, I'm sorry you didn't find the safer spaces.
Aww.
Water actually finished second in real time. Found a brilliant behemoth on stage 4 in a large chest. And almost had Mithrix down like 15% health, and then took a double death. So unfortunately for that, Water, you are in a tiny bit of luck, as Lurkki did take 2 deaths. Also not finding that safer spaces. You had you should be at 3 deaths, honestly. The amount of times I saw blocked from your 2 teddy bears was at least in the triple digits, I swear. I think that was insane.
The ads with Thunder Gauntlet was just painful. I couldn't heal with Slug because I could take exploder hits constantly, so.
Yeah, I was just slowly whittling you away there.
Oh no, they found a band.
So there was a band in your shipping request form, and there was also a band in
Soups.
Yeah, I got the soup band. The silly band I got.
Yeah, both Faku and Cap got that one. Faku knew about the fire band and thought, you know what? I actually want to heal. Because healing is good when you're getting attacked by exploders,
Medkit
right?
is kinda
Ended up
nice.
taking Medkit's
It's really
Medkit's good. Maybe we'll have a shift in the meta, kind of like with Singularity Band, but we'll find out about how the true value of Medkit, right?
So Pagu got first.
Faku did get first. You did deny bonus
Nice.
points.
Yeah, I mean,
You got in second. So congratulations on that. Which I believe that puts you at... Well, we'll get to points in a
Comfy.
bit. Yeah, but you're looking pretty comfy. I think it's going to be pretty hard for you to end up in a tie-breaking round, but I think it's at least going to have to be that.
At least I got third. I was aiming for third anyway.
I mean, you could have had second there.
I know.
One item away. Cactus...
what-
Where was it
which
again?
shipping request was the
Stage
Jaws
5.
band?
Oh.
Oh, okay.
It was like near
I didn't see
spawn,
that one.
if you looked like towards the cliff side,
Yeah.
Mm.
up high.
Where
I
was the
probably wouldn't have gone
spaces,
for the
though?
band.
Spaces? I don't know. I know it was on stage 3.
It was stage 2.
Oh.
Over between where the TP was and the lift that sends you up to the newt spot up there. It was like kind of hidden on that little mound.
What are we talking about?
The spaces.
Yeah.
Oh, the space, yeah.
Cap, talk to us
It's
about...
kind of
Yeah.
hidden. I almost left without it.
Yeah,
Yikes.
it's just same.
Talk to us about Sticky
It's on
Bomb.
It was on a blind spot.
I
Left
should
for a
have
few
pressed
Sticky
seconds.
this.
Bomb was nice.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the AP and a crowbar on stage 2. So like if you lost it from stage 1, then you still would get it.
I had backup mag, so I was like scared, but I should have just went all in because
Mm.
I had a lot of bad stuff. Like double war banner. I didn't need that.
Yeah.
There were a lot of APRs and crowbars on trash shops.
Yeah. That was nice to see. Made up for not having guaranteed bans and no bans if you didn't.
Basically,
one.
crowbar plus.
Yeah.
Can't-
So let's.
Wait, what equipments
see.
did we use then? I feel like that was
Everyone had
something that
recycler and
could've
nothing
been
else. I think
So,
I-
there was
I
the
took blast
recycler in the
shower
center
to
of
the
stage
moon.
4. Oh, you had shower?
Mhm.
I didn't realize that. I wasn't looking.
Yeah, I should have
Yeah,
looked
I
for
rerolled.
equipment at the end.
That's good. That's
the
good.
Creon. That wasted a lot of time too. That was dumb. Man, to stage 5.
my skip was really slow. Like after I went soups, I didn't know how to get up.
Went soups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the band was the first ping in suit. So
Oh, why didn't I do that?
Welcome in, Lurkki.
Hello.
So, if I'm gonna be honest, you should probably be in third right now with this loadout, but Water took like 5,000 million blocks with 2 teddy bears
Yeah.
and only died twice.
Right.
So, it was close. Just a couple minutes behind. Tell us a little bit about the run.
Yeah, one was just basically like God Seed for loader, but it's just Thunderpunch Mithrix that
Yeah.
I'm not really comfortable dealing with.
Me too.
Was there anyone that felt comfy? Oh, right. The top half. So there was safer spaces on stage 2. It was really hard to see. I didn't even notice it. Like, I would just look up and I'd be like, oh, Faku found spaces, or Cap found spaces. And
Oh, where was it? I thought I saw Void Cradle somewhere, but it was just War Banner.
stage 2. Kind of near the TP, over like one of the mountains.
Oh,
yeah. Is there anything like unique or special you want to talk about? I don't really think there was a whole lot different aside from no spaces, which makes Mithrix a lot harder.
Oh, the Resonance Disc was kind of good for AoE.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, there was a resonance disc on stage 1 in the guaranteed chest. So I think everyone got that
Helped a
except
lot
for
with
Lurkki.
Stage 3.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like stage 3 wasn't a problem.
And then if you really wanted to, you could turn it into 3 rusted keys on the moon. So
Mhm.
that was pretty powerful.
Oh, there
Oh,
was
yeah,
a
then
Tesla on the moon
Kohana.
too. I think if I see it first, I think I go for the Tesla and then the van.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would have been pretty good too. I didn't really want to lose the Shuriken, but
Oh, I didn't have a shot.
well, yeah, there you go.
Tesla, how much do you, like, for phase 3 value, or?
Phase 2, phase 3.
Phase
It
3,
was
phase
free
2.
damage.
I was thinking, like, phase 2, you would lose a lot of crowbar on, like, the wisps and stuff.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
But
That's true.
that's still good. I mean, with 2 AP rounds or 3 AP rounds and an ice band, you're still probably one-shotting them anyway.
I mean, you should punch faster than you lose the crowbar damage, I think. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, well, that's gonna do it for that loadout. I think we'll be able to move on here. I mean, 3 loadouts in 2 hours. This is getting pretty good, honestly.
Good seeds.
Yeah. We've got 1 loadout left to go. We'll go ahead and update the scores here. As Faku ended up getting 3 points, is at 6 now. Cap, you got 2 points. You're standing at 7. Waterholic, you got 1 point. You're standing at 5. And Lurkki, you're at 1, which I think. Let's see. If you get in first place, Lurkki, double bonus, that puts you at 6. If Faku gets in last, Cap gets in second. Waterholic gets in
Would be a
third.
triple
There is
tiebreaker?
technically a 3-way tiebreaker that would happen. So it's a
Gross.
pretty heavy task. We'll see if it happens with this
Yep.
mercenary loadout. Waterholic, you just need to get 1 point more than Faku, or 2 points more than Cap, in order to at least get a tiebreak. And then as for you, Cap and Faku, you just got to maintain your leads. So nobody's secured safe yet, but I think Cap, you at least are guaranteed.
I need to get third for a tiebreaker, right?
Yeah. So
Is that
you cannot not get a tiebreaker. Or, like, you cannot
last
lose
to
out
lose.
immediately. Yeah. So no matter what happens, you're still in it, Cap. As for everyone else, still in line. So, a lot to go for, and I hope everyone can do their best. I'm going to go ahead and put you back in your response, and then we will go from there.
Look,
Sound
guys.
good?
Good
Nope,
luck.
look.
All right. We'll do this. Get you there. Okay. So, it's not over. Here it is. Here we go. The final loadout. I gave him the whistle, essentially. If there was a whistle, it's been blown. They can begin whenever they read the message. Here we go. More Verdant Falls. I feel like, to be fair, the past like 4 to 8 loadouts, we've only seen Verdant Falls and Siphon Forest once. At least there's no wetland aspect this time. A little bit different. We get a Siren's Call, could see some booping, and oh my god! Oh my god, I just realized something. This isn't Blinding Assault, this is Focused. It's Focused Assault! Let's go! That's so much better. That makes me so happy. Once and for all. Yeah, it's Focused. Do you not know? I'm happy. I'm happy about it. I just made the loadout. I just put in images. They're images, they're icons, they're things that go through. I don't think too much about it. But I'm happy. I just remembered that we have Focused Assault Mercenary. Can I help you? Why are we dotting? What is going on? Is there a problem? Is the screen not... Am I muted? Oh my god, you guys are trolling me. Anyways. Look at the screen. We see pennies. We see pennies, we see a sticky bomb, there's whirlwind, there's no eviscerate, which I feel like eviscerate is kind of safer when it comes to racing. Having these slicing winds, you have to rely on your aim a little bit better. Just a bit, right? You don't want to miss your shots, or that's loss of DPS, which means your times are slower, which means you don't get bonus points or anything, and then you end up getting in 3rd or 4th place in the hosting league in round 2, and you don't get to advance to the semifinals, right? There's a Stone Titan on stage for the Stage 1 TP. We might be able to see a little tiny bit of penny farming. I personally wouldn't do that. I would wait for a Wisp instead, since they spawn here. But if there's a little bit of accidents, if there's a little bit of income incrementing from Titans, that's okay too. Yeah, we actually see some Wisp farming. Oh my god, Waterholic, you gotta be careful. You know what, Water... Yep. Shrine of the Woods, baby, let's go! Shrine of the Woods farming. Gotta make up for that hit. Right, that was $25. You need to get hit 8 times to make up. Alright, you've made up for it now. You have your healing source. But how much do you want to loot? It's honestly not a terrible idea. You just pull up... Okay, actually gets rid of the Wisps. I would have kept 1 Wisp. Kept healing up a little bit more like that if you're going to go for an early penny farm. You see a Titanic Neural, actually, the TP bots item, that could help with pennies a little bit. Penny farming not going to be the easiest, given that stage 2 and 3 are Aphelion and Sulfur Pools. You're going to need Clay Templars or something, and those guys are terrifying. You would probably want a Propulsion Armor Plate with that. Wax Quill found. That's going to be a huge speed buff for anyone who finds that large chest. We see a small chest giving a fuel cell that Waterholic has already found. Lurkki needs to win by 10 minutes, right? Lurkki needs something really, really magical to happen. And even if that happens, right, if double bonus points happen, could at least, you know, if lucky, if fortunate enough, if Waterholic gets in last, right? If you find a way to get ahead of Water in terms of points, you find yourself, I think, $5-ish richer, so a little bit to play for there. They'll cover the tax for the therapy that you'll have to cover and go through when you are done with the hosting league, as Waterholic, who really needs to not die, down to 1 health, oh my god, is going to go to the most holy of holy. Shrine of the Woods. Needs to hope a wisp doesn't spawn in. Was 1 health from death. Types in the chat, and while typing, actually almost takes a death from the Titan Fist. Look at that shrine. Up to 50 health. Needs to look out for that Stone Titan. Needs to be a little bit more careful. See a large chest on Lurkki. Lurkki gets the quail. Nicely found. Good stuff. Uh-oh. Those little homing lasers. Oh, no. If you're Waterholic, you don't want to go for the kill? Okay, you do want to go for the kill. I was going to say, you want to make sure that the enemy's not about to level up. Taking the Titanic Neural, there's a Prion? A Prion that Faku has. A Prion that Faku has with a fuel cell at that. Really nice. Mercenary who struggles with DPS. Maybe not so much with this loadout. This is the highest DPS loadout for Mercenary. We could see... This stream freeze, okay. We could see maybe a band. There's another yellow item. Mired Urn. Healing, not going to be a problem. Not when you have both Titanic Neural and a Urn. That's going to be huge penny farming value. And Faku realizes that. It's like, okay, well, you know, these stages are hard to handle, hard to deal with, but, you know, with a little bit of luck, with a little bit of magic, he's got that Urn. He's earning his wages. You see Cap also still on stage 1 alongside Waterholic. Cap playing it safe, right? Cap just is a no risk for being eliminated, per se, from this loadout. The other 3 are, and Cap actually finds a fire band up top that Waterholic is also going to find. So if Waterholic gets that Prion with that fire band and knows how to use it really well, that's going to be really, really good. Waterholic just needs to beat Faku. It's going to need something to happen. Cap actually going to the blue portal. Right, again, not a care in the world. Finds Scorpion. Can't afford Scorpion, but wants it. Is thinking and is like, okay, well, I've got Slicing Winds, so I want this. Give it. I'm going all in. I don't even care about this Fireband. Give me that Scorp. Right, again, kind of memeing in the sense of like, well, it's a meme and it's also not a meme. Scorpion's really good, but what would really hurt is if like a Shattering Justice or another Scorpion pops up 2 stages later. Right, it would have been really good if Cap found that maybe later in the run. Mercenary runs could be kind of terrifying. Cap likes to go into the blue portal, and same with a lot of racers, right? We've seen it with Goji, we've seen it with Corny, we've seen it with I forget who else. A lot of people do. Where if a loadout is scary, if a loadout is scuffed, blue portal, boom, could solve all your problems. Now, the odds of that happening with a mercenary loadout like this are kind of low, but are still very much possible. We see Waterholic with an ATG. You're on stage 2. An ATG that Faku missed. Faku without a band. Faku without an ATG. Does have the watch, though. Lurkki actually getting that ATG as well is going to activate TP. Going to be the second one to it. Gets a Dunestrider. Dunestrider will give a Mired Urn. Again, none of them know about that Prion. Faku going for the Prion build, which can either signify that Faku will be able to get first place, will be able to be super good, be super fine, right? Just go fast, find a band or something. Or you mess up, you flinch or something like that happens, and you end up with a death or 2, and you end up in last place or 3rd. Right? You don't want that to happen to you if you're Faku. So it's a gamble. I think it's a safe gamble. Faku has done this many times. Has practiced this day after day. This is Faku's only hobby. I asked when I was making the racing cards, like, hey, describe to me a hobby that you do that's not Risk of Rain related. And you know what Faku said to me is he's trying to kill a beetle queen that he can't kill because there's 5 bending beetles. He told me this is my only hobby. This is my, or not only, but this is my hobby. Right, there's not much else that Faku does. I think this is where the Prion, there's Egg, DML, what, equipment. What else do we find in this adaptive? There's a watch. Down to the bottom left. Running out of options, nothing super duper good. Ends up just getting a regen scrap. It's the last option. There wasn't a whole lot. I guess you could have just gotten something, you know, lowballed it. Took like a watch. Took maybe a different equipment. Could get Jade Elephant. How's Cap doing? Well, Cap got movement speed, both a energy drink and a hoof. None of the other racers have both of those. Some have multiple hooves, some have a hoof. One has an energy drink. Actually, Lurkki about to be in a similar spot. I've already done the TP, getting some items there. Oh, you gotta be careful with your water. Dealing with a Dude Strider. Dealing with 2 mending blind pests. Takes care of them though. I just love this loadout. Look how much expose you see. You get your abilities back so fast. People always bat chest over like exposed tech with blinding assault, and like how you can have a little bit more versatility with it. But you get your focus assault back every like 5 seconds if you just land your exposed tech with that instead. I think it's really good. I think it's fine. There's a Royal Capacitor that Faku's actually going to go with instead, right? No bans, nothing's super huge there. But a Capacitor could help. And if you find a band, right, if you're Waterholic, get that band. Waterholic could actually have a huge run, being the only racer to have a band in hand. To take a stand. Can he do it? We'll know. In about 10 minutes. Cap and Water doing the exact same strat. Okay, maybe yes and no, but I would say Lurkki and Water kinda. I mean, Cap has nothing except for the Scorpion, which is really good damage. Playing it safe, playing it smart. But right, that's about it. Maybe not so much smart on Cap. I think it was a bit of a greed of like, ooh, this is damage, and you never know when damage is gonna go away with Scorp. What I do know with Cap is Expose is a debuff, Scorpion's a debuff, Mire Durn's a debuff. You could have 3 debuffs if you're Cap right now. You're just like 1 Needle Tick, 1 Bleed or something like that from Death Marking. I mean, I guess you need the Death Mark as well. Water's probably going to give up this credit card in just a second here. Having seen the, not the backup, but the Prion. If I was Water right here, I see a Prion, I'm going to take a Prion. Right, with the band in hand. I actually see Faku on stage 4 now. We'll be able to boop the worship unit. Right, has the capacitor, has a little bit of movement, but in terms of damage, just double bleed. We see Ronald's band. Here it is. There we go. Faku's going to be fine. Did Water die? Mire Durn. Forgot the Mern. Oh no. That's going to be difficult for Waterholic, who spawned in the ground. I think all the racers will spawn inside the ground on sulfur pools. Thanks, Devotion update, for that. Oh, Water's got 4 bleed. Yeah. Well, in terms of DPS for Deathmark, not really there when you don't have a Mire Durn. Right, you don't get one on stage 4 or 3 either. Soul's Control unit on stage 4. You can boop that. Faku immediately boops it and gets Deathmark. Hey, speaking of, there it is. Deathmark. Has 1 debuff. Has 2 debuffs. Does not have the Scorpion. Cap's gonna feel pretty good with that Scorpion and Mire Durn in just a moment. Once he gets through the stage 4 TP. And there's the Beetle Queen, uses that. You just want to kill it immediately. I think the Fire Band was procced early, though. Prion as well on Cap does not do nearly as much damage. As we saw. Because Cap has a Double Queen. Cap does not get a bunch of random Mending Beetles. You see, Lurkki, right? Lurkki, I'll just mention it again because it's really important. Lurkki needs to win, right? In order to have a chance at getting a tiebreaker, in order to be able to advance. Lurkki needs to not only win this loadout, needs double bonus points. For second place, needs Cap to come in second. Needs Waterholic to come in third. And then needs Faku to come in dead last. And Faku currently is the furthest ahead, has a royal capacitor with a fuel cell, has an ice band in there, is going to kill the worship unit. It's going to find out what the red item is before anyone else does. Right, Faku's chilling. Here it comes, has an AP round as well. And a predatory, that's a little bit of crit, that's good. Does not land the boop the first time. Oh, gotta be careful with that. No one end up dying. $288 gets a chest. We don't know if that's legendary or not. It is not. It's just a regen scrap. Regen scrap that Faku wants, but Faku did find a crit printer inside. We see everyone actually using the Prion except for Lurkki. I know Faku had it and moved away from it. There's a Dio's best friend. And now it's going to be really tough to be able to have Faku be defeated. Right, I mean, just look at that. You have an extra life. I mean, everyone's going to have an extra life in a way. So if you want to have bonus points, this is not the loadout for you. Deaths happen, especially with Mercenary. But if that one death, like, the most common one, right, death number 1, I think people die, like, in 70% of runs? I forget. Or not 70%, but, like, there's at least a death in 70% of runs? No, I don't know the stat. I'm making it up. That's a gamer care. Void Cradle, we get to see Void Band. Oh, you want that? Take it. It's really good. You deal double the damage. Your proc chain, you could proc bleed off your Singularity Band. Yeah, that's pretty good. And it's Grandparent. Let's look at that damage one more time. Ice Band, boom, like a fourth of damage. Deathmark's procced. Faku's getting Deathmark right now. Why? Well, there's bleed. Is there a Chronobop? What's happening? It's not gasoline. Oh, maybe it was gasoline. We got a kill from that. But immediately killing it. The Grandparent gets Infusion? Not sure. See a Gubo on the ground for Lurkki. Maybe thinking about that. Yeah, Infusion on Cap. Lurkki has 10 white scrap. What we know about stage sticky bombs. Huh. Lurkki's also out of money, done with the TP. Did not end up getting the capacitor. So that was like really the last chance of getting a good equipment. Did that Souls Control unit almost just die instantly from one lightning? Oh wait, that's not the worship unit. That's just a Solus. And it's dead, and there's Deathmark. Deathmark that Cap also just found. Cap chillin'. Didn't find the capacitor, but has the Prion, has the Ice Band, has Scorpion, which is going to help make sure that Ice Band's value actually gets in play, right? Adaptive armor not going to do nearly as much to resist. Uh-oh. Well, Water who needs to at least get in front of Faku by 1 point, needs to get in front of Cap by 2 points to have any chance. Just lost his 2 watches, so that's minus 40% damage. There is a crit printer that you have to go all in, but you're at 9 health. Right? No Myrdurn. If there's a Myrdurn, it would be a different story. And Water's going to be looking back on this one for a long time. Not to say that that was the only thing, right, holding him back, but the stage 1 incident, right, had to go back for the healing on the Wood Shrine. On stage 2, forgot the Myrdurn, and all of that leading up into what's looking to be a stage 4 death. Maybe. We'll see. It's holding on. There is a crit printer, and the Titanic Neural is giving a little bit of value, a little bit of healing value, which might be enough to keep him alive. Just needs to survive for another 30 seconds, can get that extra life. And then you gotta go in and crit. I mean, you just have no other damage. No Deathmark to be procced, right? Minus 50% there. just from not having the urn. I guess you have bleed. Survives. Large chest gives a predatory. Don't stand still. It's for Lurkki, needs Waterholic to actually come in second place. Oh, I'm sorry, in third place. So, I mean, needing Faku to get in last, Faku's not budging an inch. Right, the only way that we can see this happening is if Faku, I'm going to say, needs to die twice. Needs to die twice. Faku on the moon at 1950. And, oh my god, 1 frame away from death was Lurkki with that Wandering Vagrant. Manages to hold on, still alive. It's honestly shocking, with everything on the line, to be able to advance to the semifinals is something each one of these racers wants to happen. Right, to have that chance of earning some money, to have that chance of more than just the money, what's more important to these racers is the satisfaction of getting in first. And we see that slam isn't enough. An upward slam, the gravity is reduced. The worship unit survives, and Waterholic has to hold on for a little bit longer here. 1,000 health. And, oh, on time, not timed well. Just needs to get a hit, and gets it. Here's the Dio's best friend. It's going to be a little bit of a breath, but does not get... Nope, stop typing. Stop typing. Look out. I think there was still some enemies behind. Okay, it's fine. I'm so focused on water, just nearing death at every instance, that I'm not focused on some of the other racers as much as I should be. Water forgot the crit printer. Does not have much damage. I don't think there's really much of a shot for Water to be able to advance, let alone get a tiebreak round. It's going to need a lot of death to happen. Right, Lurkki hasn't died yet, has 11 sticky bombs. I think if Lurkki just knew about the crit printer on stage 4, would be in a lot better position. To be able to win by 10 minutes, though, as Faku's already, again, in the Mithrix fight with that death mark. We'll see what can happen, but as of now, it's not looking very likely. It's not looking very good for Lurkki. If Faku does get in first place, there's still a chance if Lurkki can get in second. Or if Waterholic can get in second and Cap get in last. Right, so there's still a tiny chance for Waterholic to at least get to a tiebreaker with Faku doing as good as he is. I mean, just look how fast this fight's going. Right, there's a reason why at the start of this I said Faku was a number 3 racer. Top 3 in my opinion. You ask me about the other two, it's Cabbage, or not Cabbage, it's Faku, and then I won't say who the third person is. I might have just said it. But I feel like third place is or one of those 3 spots is debatable. I think Faku's insanely good. I think we've seen it here today, right? Started off on a pretty good note, and then just, you know, had that double death incident. But outside of that, right, what have we seen from Faku today? Right, Real Time has finished really, really well in every single loadout. And here in Phase 2, right, the part where Faku struggled a little bit, is doing pretty well. Has to deal damage somehow. Waterholic actually almost done with the Grandparent. Same with Lurkki. Lurkki actually about to pass Water in Real Time. Was the furthest behind a moment ago. No longer the case. Just needs to charge TP. Might have a chance of beating Cap. But we see for some of these racers here, we see for Cap with the extra life. So Void Band is found. Don't really want that when you're stuck with Prion. I think we could maybe see a Prion hug go wrong. Though for Cap, I feel like that's something that just wouldn't happen. Maybe some other racers. Cap has Prion down pretty well. It's done with TP. We see Waterholic staying in bounds more than Lurkki. Is hanging on, and while we're talking about all this, the biggest phase that Faku struggles with the most is Phase 2. From dealing with this Wisp, being out too much in the open, learned his lesson, is doing fine now. Right, has movement speed and stuff to work with it here with Mercenary. Holding on to the lightning till the last second to make sure the lightning lands, without any armor on Mithrix. That was very smart, very good. Dealing with pizza number 2 now. And it's playing it just fine. I highly doubt we'll see Faku die. And I'm not even saying that as a caster curse, it's just is what it is. Took a hit from a golem, it happens sometimes. You have 3 Wungus, you've got Mired Urn. And if you do die, you can afford death, right? All it is a minus 40% DPS loss. And Faku knows that. Right? Be aggressive as you can. Especially at this point, your damage is going to be less and less as time goes on. Of holding on to those 2 watches. If you could push it a little bit, right? Take advantage. The benefit of having a Dio's best friend is knowing that you can't die. Like, die. And that's gonna just about do it. Oh my god, stands in the center. Needs to be careful of phase 4. You do have a capacitor. Items you get back are pretty good. Any racer lose their Dios? No, not yet. Lurkki doesn't have Dios. Alright, saved a minute by not getting that. Needs to win by 10 minutes, and to do that, sometimes you have to do things a little bit differently when the racers are this good. But unless Faku dies right here in phase 4, it's going to be over for Lurkki. Again, a really good attempt, a really good performance. Had a couple deaths here and there. This, Faku, okay, is still alive, did not die. Have a little bit of lag here at the end of phase 4. Gets the kill. Mithrix revives, though, which is annoying. And that Dios is actually proving to be a timed sync. Maybe. Right, had to break the eggs to get to it, and now this. Hopefully it doesn't, you know, in Faku's mindset right now, it's like, oh god, I hope that didn't ruin my run. Is running towards the rock, I'm assuming, to no-clip? Or is at least getting ready for that rock? Nope, gets a good portal. Standing right on it. Trying to save every second possible after that. Lurkki, meanwhile, the last one on the moon, gets pennies. A GG to Lurkki. You see Cap actually doing pillars. Don't mind that death, that's just a troll to save time. Does Cap just not have enough movement speed to do it? I don't think so. Yeah, only 1 hoof. Cap has to do pillars. And Lurkki on the moon now? Can Lurkki skip pillars? I guess if these racers could skip pillars, right, you can actually pull ahead of Cap. Cap who got the symbiotic scorpion on after stage 1, was it? Or stage 2? I think it was after stage 2. No, it was 1. Right, because we see the Myrdern that far out. Cap who went all in. Trying to boost forward, I guess realizing, is it enough? Doesn't have the backup mag. Is attempting in a way to do pillars or skip pillars. I think you could do it if you have the landing spots down. But there's stompers, and Cap sees the stompers, and is going to go over to those. And the other racers need to find those stompers as well. Waterholic getting awfully close to him. Sees Hardlight Afterburner, don't want to go into... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. He went into the Hardlight Afterburner, and you know what that means. And I'm saying that sarcastically, and I shouldn't be, because that's way huge. That's a huge thing that you needed to have happen. You needed to get those stompers to be able to put more damage out. You would have kept a fire band on that even. You would have kept a crowbar, and well, you only have 1 watch, but oh my god. 27:57 final time for Faku. Well done, is secured in the league to go on and advance to the semifinals. Well done. Actually gotta fix the times here. Faku's had 3 sub-30s today, by the way, chat. Like to point that out. Just got the time posted up there. Okay. We'll go ahead and advance this forward here as we see again, no deaths on anyone. We'll pull in Faku while we go through this here. Get him, man. Faku, welcome in. Congratulations on the sub 30. Congratulations on pushing it the furthest. You didn't need head stompers. You didn't need any of the other items that they have, whether it be 11 sticky bombs or a scorpion. You just pushed through with what you had and got you the win. So well done.
What were the stompers? Huh?
Soup.
Ah, soup. Okay.
There was a stomper soup on the moon. There was a scorpion soup after in the first blue portal. Cap went in on everything for it. We actually still have a little bit to determine here, as if Waterholic can pull this off and get second, is still a little bit behind. Needs to have Cap probably die, and Cap is actually getting pretty low. Oh, Cap needs to die twice. I'm sorry, with Diaz's friend. If Water can get in second, Lurkki in third, and Cap gets last, then there will be a bonus round with Acrid.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Tell us a little bit about the run. How do you feel about it?
Pretty comfortable. The first item I got was pennies, so
Yeah.
that's usually a good sign. You can go pretty fast after that.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. The ways that some of the racers reacted to picking up those pennies, we saw from let's see, from Waterholic, went down to like 1 health trying to farm pennies, or got really low, ended up purchasing the Shrine of the Woods on stage 1, and then from there got to the TP, went down to 1 health on stage 1. Went down to like 10 health on stage 4. Somehow hasn't died yet and got the Dio. But
I mean, there was Mern too. That's actually really good for Merc. You're pretty much... You cannot die if you have Mern. You just stay close to enemies. And...
yeah, it's a testament to him as well, for sure. I think we've seen from some of the other racers, though, would disagree. I remember there was a stage 1, I think it was a Siphon Forest, where some of the racers died 14 times on stage 1, right? So, I guess it depends on the situation. I think, obviously, Merc has a pretty high skill cap in terms of...
No, we're talking about Mern.
And...
Mern, the item, the boss item, the healing.
Yeah, we're getting that exposed tech down and everything, right? It pays off, it pays well. And I would be casting more with the current game right now that we see, but as Cap is just about finishing off Phase 3, I don't think it's very likely, right? Both the other racers are still in Phase 2. Waterholic, all he had to do was just get the Stompers on the suit, and he chose to get Hard Light Afterburn because it's the first one he saw. He's gonna be looking back on this one for a while. Actually, almost got hit by that orb. I don't know how he didn't die. Oh, double opal. Cap's done with Phase 3 onto Phase 4 now. The only chance that these racers have is if Cap dies during Phase 4 before the Dios comes back in. That was actually kind of interesting with the the Phase 4 Mythrix for you. I'm sure you very much enjoyed
like
that.
Yeah. It was like 30 seconds, I think.
Yeah. Other things you missed, there was a fire band on stage 1 in a small chest, which would have been nice with the capacitor. Obviously, you didn't need that anyway. You didn't need like any of these item boosts. I mean, this is the highest DPS loadout in the game, right? That with the capacitor, just playing it fast, playing it good.
If you go fast, Merc usually has good damage.
Yeah.
Of course, there were the 2 watches and APR, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. Congratulations on actually picking up the Mired Urn, by the way. One of the racers actually forgot it. Left it on.
Why?
I don't know. Water's
instantly?
crumpling under the pressure. A really good performance for Water, by the way, overall throughout this race. You know, give it up to him. He's going to be finishing up with, I believe, like 6 points. It's pretty good for 4 loadouts against some tough competition. So, we'll see some more from Water in the future, and same for Lurkki for that matter, right? Lurkki, who might actually end up getting this point here, has 11 sticky bombs, has both watches still. Right, the damage is there for Lurkki. Never went to the soups or anything, but as long as he focuses up on metrics a little bit and pays attention to him, gets all those void band products in there, could be seeing some at least a second point, which would be good. Camp almost done with the ship charge. It's actually gonna go up. Uh-oh. Cap. Okay. And finishes off. Alright, well done. A sub 35 for Cap. We're gonna see the time in just a second here. We'll be able to pull him in to congratulate. Yeah, 34.55. Well done. And
So it doesn't matter who gets first or second, right?
yeah, that doesn't matter. Not really much that goes on. You would have actually, I think you get a bonus point here though. So good job on that. But yeah, for sure. Really good, really fast time. Actually, we'll get Cap in here now to congratulate. There we go, Cap.
Yo.
Welcome in. Congratulations on getting second place
Nice.
for the loadout. Stoppers was obviously a really good play. Got you in front of both Waterholic and Lurkki by a lot. Tell us about the run.
Dumped every single one of my items stage 1 into Scorpion.
Was that on purpose? Did you feel like you had enough already, like just needed one and then didn't math it out properly, or did you just like, yes, this is what I want to do?
No, I wanted it.
Okay. How would you feel it paid out?
I mean, it was good damage. I probably didn't need it, but I got bailed out on stage 2 with like the watches and a bunch of speed and focus crystal. That was all on stage 2, and then I just kind of pushed from there.
Yeah. And I know there was an ice band that Faku ended up getting. Obviously there was the fire band on stage 1 that both you and Water found. You didn't decide to want it. There was ultimately a royal capacitor on stage 3.
That would have been good.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, I think there was like 2 or 3 other equipment barrels that I didn't get, so.
Yeah.
You know what's
Honestly,
crazy? There was an adaptive chest on stage 2, and like the first 4 things were just equipments.
Oh yeah.
It's actually, yeah. I don't know if you saw that, but it's kind of funny.
And then yeah, I got the Dios.
Yeah, everyone
fun.
except for Lurkki actually got that. Lurkki is only going to be about a minute behind
Nice.
from Waterholic actually. So unfortunately, not able to place in third for here to try and at least get some future confidence boosting, but still a good time
Dios
regardless.
lost me
Without
like
the
30 seconds. So.
yeah, really close. I think might be more like 40 seconds or 50 because of the Lurkki's actually 10 seconds behind or ahead in terms of real time. But Water's done at a 37:35. Let's see, 37:34.
Pretty solid.
All right, good stuff. Well done. Right, much better than what we've seen from some of the loadouts throughout the hosting league. All right, we'll pull them in just a second here. We'll go ahead and look at one last ship charge for the day. As Lurkki does the most fun part of any run, the final holdout zone. All right, pulling Water. There we go. Water, yo.
Hi. I threw a lot.
So it could have been a worse throw. You'd still gotten third place for the loadout, which, I mean, doesn't mean too much in the moment at this point, but you could have had 2 deaths, right?
Yeah.
Stage 1, if you want to tell everyone about that, actually.
I forgot Titans shoot lasers.
No,
Yeah, there was a
but
lot
tell
of-
them about your solution.
Yeah. I ran to the Shrine of the Woods that I was using to farm pennies.
Oh. Nice.
But it
I mean,
gets
hey,
it gets better
you don't die.
because we go
And
to
then on
loadout.
stage
We go to
2.
stage 2,
And then I see 2 equipment barrels as the Mern drops, and I'm like, okay, I need a lot of points this loadout. I'm gonna try to get a recycler and get some crazy item.
Yeah.
There's no recycler. And then because my mind is just like off wandering, thinking about how the run is gonna go, I don't pick up the bird. And then, stage 4, I like break my watches to Lar because I don't have the Mern. It's just awful.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, what up, Lurkki? So, in one of those situations where it's like you should have gotten 3rd place, but Waterholic somehow doesn't know how to die, like just forgot how to die or something. Water was down to 1 health one time and 10 health another. And somehow came about a minute in front, so you ended up getting in 4th. There was Stomper's soup on the moon. There was a Scorpion as well after, if you went through a blue portal at any point. Also, there was a Capacitor and a Preon, and 2 equipment barrels. Preon was stage 2, Capacitor was stage 3, and then there was a Fire Band, which I think you didn't get, but you got the Ice Band, and ultimately the Void one as well. And the Ice Band, I think, was stage 5, Fire Band was stage 1. Other than that, really close runs. Water, again, there was the Stomper soup. You went for Afterburner soup.
Yeah, because I just wanted, like, I just needed the skip, and that was the first thing I saw.
Yeah.
I should have checked.
Yeah. That could have,
on top.
maybe.
The suit.
Because both you, Cap, or all you, Cap, and Lurkki started the fight just about the same time. Lurkki, you went for Stinky Bombs from the stage 3 printer, which was pretty good. Helped your damage out a bit. There was also a crit suit, or a crit printer on stage 4.
Yeah, I saw that one, but I didn't want to lose my opal, and I was still like really struggling with the damage because there was no wrap.
Yeah, that's fair.
Really
it was just so tragic, like going for the scrapper and everything, and it's like, oh man, if only you knew.
Did anyone else get the Scorpion?
No, you were the only one that ever went blue portal.
Okay.
I think someone else hit a blue portal at some point, but never went in. But yeah, congratulations, both Faku and Cap. Go ahead and get the final times. Faku, you actually get a bonus point. So well done on that. You finish off at 10 points in 1st place. Cap, you got 2nd that loadout, so you get 2. Coming in at 9, but 2nd qualifies.
GG's.
So congratulations.
GG's.
And then Water, you got 6 points total, so a really good performance, really good try. Hope to see you again in the future. Actually, if we do another hosting league, I hate to break it to you this way, Cap and Faku, but you have proven to be too good and will automatically qualify for a future cup. So congratulations. You don't have to go through all the
Awesome.
all the
I thought
stumps.
you were getting us out. I thought you were
No, you're not banned.
Yeah.
You're not banned. You're not banned. It's a good thing.
I'm
It's a good
happy
place
I
to
don't have to do any qualification.
You don't have to, so that's going to be good for y'all. You've proven
To
enough.
sit through 7 weeks of cheese spamming timeouts.
And
Cooking dinner
Lurkki
before
is
next
as
loadout
well.
starts.
Congratulations out the end of the league once everything's gone through, because earning or the pool might go up a little bit more. We'll get you all your money at the end. So, congrats. I believe it's currently at like a little over $8, maybe closer to $8.50. And then Water, it's looking to be like 12, 13-ish right now. So I'll go a little bit up from there. I'll message you when the time comes in that. Congratulations on your earnings. Everyone here is a winner in that regard, quite literally. So congrats.
GG's.
GG's.
All right. I'm going to kick you out of the call now so I can say my goodbyes. But congrats on making this a 3-hour race and 4 loadouts.
Really good seeds, all of them.
Yeah, it's actually more like a 2.5 when I condense it. It's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, a good seed. There it is. If you ever want to tell anyone else about